Former MVP and 5-time All-Star Bryce Harper once again has the Nationals on top of the East. Harper and the Nats take on a Giants team that's been hot, winning 6 of its last 7 to sit a game and a half back in the West. It's game 2 of the series. Giants Nationals next. It's a sunshiny but muggy day in our nation's capital. We're at Nationals Park. Giants Nats. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, powered by Xfinity. Hello, everyone. I'm John Miller with Javier Lopez and Dave Fleming. Mike Krukow and Dwayne Kuiper are on assignment. The Giants with a win last night, and now another rookie, Suarez last night, who made the start. Another rookie, Derek Rodriguez, makes the start today up against the veteran left-hander Gio Gonzalez, who is having an outstanding year. Brandon Crawford is the one getting the day off today, as Bruce Bochy wants to give one by one all the regulars some time off here on this trip because they are having such a grueling schedule upcoming. So it's Crawford today. Hansen will be at short, and he'll have to bat right-handed against Gio Gonzalez.
And Gio Gonzalez has been hot all year for these Nationals. He's probably thrown the best he's thrown in his career, I would say. The numbers bear out. He's averaging over a strikeout an inning, and he's going to be difficult to score on. He's real hot at home. Has a 2 ERA in Washington and Nats Park here. So I think what the Giants are looking forward to is having the at-bats that they had last night, being able to grind a little bit, work those counts, try to get him over the middle of the plate. He's changed his style. He's starting to use the off-speed stuff. The change-up, the curveball's always been there, but he's not the power pitcher he used to be, and he's really working the corners very well. They got to try to get him over the middle of the plate and take advantage of that.
All right, so the Giants and the Nationals, Buster Posey will be in there, but he'll be at first base in this game today. We'll come back with the lineups and the first pitch after this. Game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 81 degrees. Slight wind and very humid, and forecast of some late afternoon showers. But the window of opportunity to play ball right on time and get the game in seems to be there. As the first pitch from Gio Gonzalez to Alan Hansen is a called strike. By the way, the official temperature has just been announced, and a little warmer even now. 84 degrees here in Washington on a bright sunshiny day with scattered clouds. As Hansen fouls one off to the right. Hansen switching around to bat right-handed. He's had most of his success as a left-handed hitter, but Bruce Bochy, with Hansen as the utility guy, wanting to give Crawford the day off. He got Longoria some rest last night. Hansen played third. And he bends away from that 89-mile-an-hour fastball. So the count is now 2-2. We'll give you the batting order here shortly. Buster Posey is on deck, the first baseman. And that's a pop-up foul and out of play. The starting lineup for the Giants is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, with Hansen at short, followed by Posey at first. McCutchen is in right field. He's had 3 homers, 3 doubles in his last 5 games. Longoria at third, Hundley the catcher, Williamson at left. As the pitch misses, and it's a full count now. Jackson in center hitting 7th. Paddock at second. Rodriguez the pitcher bats 9th. Gio Gonzalez on the mound for the Nationals, having an excellent first half of the season. He's 6-2 with a 2.27 earned run average. Right along the third base line, backhanded by Rendon. One away.
Taking the hill for the Nats today is Gio Gonzalez, and you look at the numbers that John was talking about there. Over a strikeout in an inning, really being dominant this year. 2.25 opponent batting average. One thing you take away now is the velocity's not what it used to be. He's going to work right around 90 mile an hour with the fastball, but you see it right here. Used to be the fastball, curveball. He's added the changeup now. He's really relying on that as another off speed. He's become more of a finesse lefty, and he's had a lot of success so far this year.
Bruce Bochy put it that he has sort of reinvented himself as time has gone on, as he throws a first pitch fastball for a called strike to Buster Posey. The Giants did fairly well against Gonzalez when they saw him back in late April in San Francisco at AT&T Park. The Giants, of course, won that series 2 out of 3 from the Nationals. And they took game 1 against Gio Gonzalez. There's a ball too high. And, not that they roughed him up necessarily. He went 5+ innings and was charged with 3 runs and 4 hits. And one of the runs charged to him scored after he had left the game. Check swing by Buster. 2-2. The umpiring alignment. Scott Barry behind the plate with Carlos Torres. First base, Paul Nowert at second, and the crew chief Kerwin Danley umpiring at third. Buster. And he is retired by Matt Adams, unassisted, 2 down.
The defense behind Gio today for the Nats, starting in the outfield from left to right. Soto, Harper in center field, and welcoming back Adam Eaton playing right. In the left side of the infield, Rendon and Turner. Right side is Defoe and Adams, and Spencer Keyboom will be doing the catching.
So here is McCutchen, and they go into the overshift against McCutchen. 3 infielders to the left of second. Bounce foul, and they started him with the curveball, 75 miles an hour.
Got Buster out with the changeup. Got him reaching and started the curveball there. He's mixing it up early already.
And 0-2. Longoria is on deck. 2 down, nobody on. Off the glove of Gio Gonzalez, and that's going to be a base hit. Gio upset with himself, I guess, that he didn't catch the ball, although if he hadn't touched it at all, I think they would have gotten.
I think he would have hit it right into the shift. But it's just a natural reaction when you're a pitcher. You just, the ball's coming at you like that, you're just trying to protect something or make a play, and caught him there. And the Giants will take the base runner.
So now Longoria will come up. That's the 8th hit in 24 career at bats for McCutchen against Gonzalez, a .333 average. And Longoria comes up also with a .333 average, although he's only had 6 official at bats, 2 hits, and 4 walks against Gio. Ball 1. Giants jumped out quickly last night on a McCutchen first inning homer, and then added 2 more runs in the second inning against Strasburg, who then was out of the game after the second. He went back in center field, Harper, and he gets there. Hit well, but to the deepest part of the yard, and the inning is over. Derek Rodriguez will take the mound now when we come back.
Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo with toasted sourdough. New from Jack in the Box.
Back in Washington, Giants nothing. Nationals coming to bat here at Nationals Park. On a muggy, warm day, the batting order for the Nationals now brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Adam Eaton just activated for the disabled list, leads off in right field. Trey Turner at short. Bryce Harper in center field. Anthony Rendon hits cleanup at third. Matt Adams, the left-handed batting power hitter, first base. Juan Soto, the 19-year-old wonderkind, in left field. Wilmer Defoe at second. Spencer Keyboom, the rookie catcher, hitting 8th. And Gonzalez, the pitcher, batting 9th.
Taking the mound for the Giants, Derek Rodriguez making his second start, coming off that victory against the Phillies. Really throwing the ball well, a lot of confidence, strike out an inning, really good stuff. The way he does it is basically right there. You're seeing 4-pitch mix. He has trusts the off-speed stuff. You're going to see a lot of it, but he's got a big fastball that can get up into the upper 90s when he's feeling frisky.
Did he swing? Yes. Third base umpire Kerwin Danley made the ruling on the appeal. 0-2 the count, and there was his first curveball already. That was kind of a revelation in his start the other day, because in Denver, where it's real hard to throw a good curveball, he wasn't throwing many, and certainly when he threw some, they weren't that good. But he threw a lot of great ones. And now on a 2-strike pitch, he has hit Eaton with the fastball.
The defense for the Giants this afternoon, starting in the outfield, Mac Williamson in the left, Jackson in center, McCutchen in the right. Left side of the infield, Longoria and Hansen. Resting Crawford on the right side is Panic and Buster Posey, and Nick Hundley will be doing the catching.
So, the one that got away, that's Adam Eaton, had an 0-2 count, and then he's on base. So here is Trey Turner, ball 1. Now, as we understand it, Derek Rodriguez's dad, Ivan Pudge Rodriguez, Hall of Famer, is here today. And that's a little bit off the outside. 2-0 the count. Of course, Pudge Rodriguez is a guy who played for the Nationals, and he's on their ring of honor here at Nationals Park. That's one of their great players. And now it's 3-0. Bryce Harper, the National League home run leader, is on deck. So he's on the verge of getting into some serious trouble here. Here's Harper. Eaton is back. Eaton has always been a fast runner. He had played 8 games and was off to an excellent start when he went on the disabled list this year. He was hitting .345. So they've gotten their man who was penciled in as the leadoff man back in the lineup. And that's ball 4. Pudge Rodriguez, back in 2010, 2011, was a national. And could swing the bat. He was always notably the outstanding defensive catcher, one of the greatest arms of any catcher in history. Johnny Bench-like in that regard, and a real weapon behind the plate. But as time went on, his hitting got better and better as well. Now in the Hall of Fame, and there is his son Derek Rodriguez back in this ballpark where Pudge once played, on the mound for the first time. So here is Bryce Harper, and Derek Rodriguez is in trouble. 0-1. Man, he made a great pitch on the first one.
Real nice changeup right there. Bryce is going to be aggressive. Bryce is trying to do damage. Got to be able to mix it up early, mix it up often.
18 home runs for the year, only a .228 average, but he does have 42 runs batted in, among the leaders in the National League in that category, leading the league in home runs. 2 men on, nobody out, and it's 0-2.
This pitchcast is brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company. Look at the changeup bottoming out right there, finishing through the target. And like I said, he has confidence in his off-speed stuff and not afraid to throw it any pitch, any count. Right now, you got him in a pitcher's count. You got a chance to have some chase, whether it's up or down in the zone. Harper's only trying to do one thing. He's not really trying to have a productive out. He's trying to go yard.
2 quick strikes to Bryce Harper. And a curveball down and in. Dug out of the dirt by Nick Hundley. Harper laid off that one, though, to his credit.
Good pitch, too. Good idea. Try to get the back foot, especially when you've established the way to a lefty. They're looking out over to try to cover the outside corner. You get something back foot. A lot of guys will chase. See if they double up.
Center field, right to Austin Jackson. And the runners will hold. So Harper is out number 1. That's a big out to get with 2 men on. And here comes Anthony Rendon, the cleanup hitter. But that's Rodriguez looks so cool and calm out there, belying his rather small amount of experience at the big league level. Bryce Harper comes up. Not only was he not intimidated, he started him with just a brilliant changeup and got right ahead of him.
Well, that's what I like his makeup. And we talked about this before off air. We were talking about the fact that when you grow up around the game, your dad's a Hall of Famer. You're not as intimidated when you reach the level. It's still the big leagues. You still got to make your own name and establish what you got. But as far as seeing big league baseball, he's done his entire life.
And that's off the outside to Rendon. 1 ball and no strikes. But getting Harper was just the first part of the task here. And you got Rendon, another veteran and an excellent hitter.
It doesn't get easy when you're facing this Nats lineup, especially a team that's been as hot as the Nats. But you're just looking for something to get on the ground, take the legs out of the swing, roll one, see if you can get a double play. The Giants lead the league in double plays turns, so this will be a great spot for one.
And Rendon is a double play candidate. Although he's not a slow runner, he's only grounded into 2 double plays this year. Eaton at second, Turner at first. That is in for a called strike. 1-1 the count. You call that a slider? Cutter?
That's his cutter. Yes.
0-0. Nationals with an early threat. Eaton hit by a pitch. Turner then walked. You got Bryce Harper on a line drive to center. 1-1 the count to Rendon. 2-1 now.
Looks like he's trying to be a little too fine on these outside corners to the right-handers. He's yanking the ball a little bit. Even he hit Eaton to lead off the game. He's having a little trouble locating that glove side right now. Let's see if he goes back to the off-speed stuff.
Another fastball that misses. And that target was on the outside corner. That ball missed way off the inside. 3-1 now. Rendon just turned 28 years old. And he's hitting only .267 this year. Last year, he hit .301 with 25 homers. So a big pitch here. High in the air, foul. And this will reach well back in amongst the spectators, out of play. 3-2.
This is where the advantage goes to the pitcher. You would hope that he's just going to continue to try to challenge here. Never faced him before. Usually the advantage is on the mound. You get the very hot Matt Adams on deck. So you'd really like to make sure that you're doing that with 2 outs.
3-2 the count. We'll keep an eye on the runners. They are not going. And that is foul. He's drilled it. A low liner, but foul.
A 3-2 change up there. I didn't mind that at all. Again, throwing any pitch in any count, trying to keep these guys off balance. This is a hot lineup. They're an aggressive lineup. And you saw last night with Suarez, although the pitch count got up kind of quickly, he was able to mix speeds, keep them off balance. And that's your job as a pitcher in this situation.
How many rookies are there that would be likely to throw any pitch on a 3-2 count in a tight spot? Not many.
Not many.
They're not going again. That's up the middle. Base hit center field. Jackson aggressively charged it, but Eaton, the fast runner, comes in to score. Turner stops at second. And the Nationals have a 1-0 lead.
Derek Rodriguez did it again. He went with off speed again. Cutter away. Great job by Rendon to not do too much with it. Just punch it out in the center field where the ball was pitched. Work the count. Eaton with an easy turn. His speed, he's going to score easy. And again, you're looking for a pitch on the ground here, trying to turn 2, trying to get these gloves going and limit the damage.
So here's Matt Adams. And he's at a little bit of a disadvantage right now, even with all that off-speed stuff in his secondary pitches. The fastball is not going where he wants it to go. There's one in for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Matt Adams. Big and strong Adams with 13 home runs. He's only had 142 official at bats. So what's that? 1 homer every 11 at bats, that's a pretty hefty pace. 34 runs batted in, even though he has only 142 at bats. 2 men on, 1 man out. Pop up, foul, and this will reach back out of play, although Longoria went over after it. 0-2 the count. And the catcher Huntley's going to go out and talk to Derek Rodriguez now. And he's thrown a couple of fastballs here to Adams and has gotten a couple of quick strikes on him.
Probably just trying to calm down the big fella, see if they're. You always got to think about stealing signs at second base. Changing looks. Turner can run. You don't want to just give him third base easy. You have to have Longoria play over. They play a little bit of a shift. So Turner will take third, or he's probably making sure they're on the same page here.
And he struck him out. And he stayed hard all the way with another fastball, 93 miles an hour, to put him away.
Great pitch, great sequence. Just like you said, he was attacking, went up in the zone, got the target up, stayed up. Real nice job. Huntley letting him know with the glove. Hey, good pitch right there. Let's get back at it. Again, not over.
Well, here's the rookie, the phenom, 19-year-old Juan Soto, hitting .339. at such a young age. He had a home run against the Giants last night against a left-hander. And that changeup low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Maybe Suarez was holding a 5-0 lead in the 4th inning with 2 down, and Soto had a 2-strike count, and he took him out of the ballpark to the opposite field.
And Suarez is real good against lefties too, so it's not something you would expect him to do. And Soto 3 homers all against lefties.
Another changeup. 0-2. That first pitch was called a ball. Okay, 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Doubled up on the changeup though. I like that. Hundley not going away from the off-speed stuff. He knows that he needs to establish it. Calling it. And well executed there. Getting back into the count.
Turner very fast at second. Rendon, who runs well at first. 2 down. High and tight. Moves him back a little bit with that fastball. 2-1 the count. A Willie Mays fan is in the house. And his provisions. He's going to take a seat. Off the outside a little bit. 3-1 now. And this is a pretty good idea of the strike zone for the 19-year-old.
Yeah, and that's showing some respect to the 19-year-old. With the 2-1 count, you go try to get a backdoor cutter, miss with it. Now it'll be interesting to see. You have a base to play with. See if he goes with an off speed or if he challenges him with a fastball.
Well, it was a fastball, but he lost him, and now the bases are loaded. Very long inning here for Derek Rodriguez. So far, only the 1 run has scored, but now Wilmer Defoe will come up. The 7th batter of the inning is Bruce Bochy with the pitching coach. Kurt Young alongside. Watch from the dugout. Bullpen worked 4 2/3 innings last night, although Bochy said that he thinks the bullpen is fine for today. The one guy he'd like to give a day off to if he can is Mark Melancon. In there for a strike to Defoe, so he starts ahead of him. That was his 27th pitch of the inning on a hot, humid day. Although Rodriguez grew up in South Florida in weather a little bit like this.
Yeah, he's used to this. Plus, he lives in Puerto Rico now. He's used to the humidity.
0-2 the count. The fastball, and Defoe was very late on that one at 93 miles an hour. 3 men on. Turner now at third. Rendon at second. Soto at first. Flirting with disaster in this inning, but 1 strike away from limiting the damage to just the 1. Not hit very hard, and they just get the runner at second. And it looked like maybe Soto spiked Alan Hansen. Inning is over. 1-0 Washington.
Sale and get up to 30% off appliances and up to 50% off mattresses.
The Giants come to bat here in the second inning, trailing 1-0 to the Nationals. Could have been a lot worse, though. Greg Rodriguez handled the stormy weather rather well.
He really did. When you're leading off a ball game, you hit the leadoff hitter after getting ahead of him. And you look at Hansen right here. Gets right on the toe, gets clipped right on the toe. Soto just hustling down the line like every player should, and just clips him just enough, but looks like Hansen's all right.
Nick Hundley leads off for the Giants against Gio Gonzalez. Right at the knees on the outside for a called strike. Mac Williamson on deck. And strike 2 call. Curveball in there. Gio trying to be the stopper for the Nats, who lost game 1 of the series to the Giants last night. They've got Scherzer going tomorrow. And that is in the dirt for a ball. The Giants tomorrow will have a veteran, Derek Holland, on the mound. It'll be a 1:05 start. First pitch Pacific Daylight Time tomorrow. 1 o'clock TV time. And that is off for Hundley. Put him away on 3 pitches.
Fans, you're going to want this t-shirt. Let me tell you, on Saturday the 23rd, the first 20,000 fans will receive an Expressions of Bumgarner t-shirt presented by StubHub. Enjoy summer baseball as the Giants take on the Padres. Buy directly from the Giants at sfgiants.com. That's the Bumgarner t-shirt, Saturday the 23rd against the Padres.
Expressions of Bumgarner. Mac Williamson thrown out. Nice play there by Trey Turner. 2 down. Williamson back in the lineup today. Last night only got in as a pinch hitter in that game.
Here's an expression there. What do you think he's got going?
I don't know, but I want it on that t-shirt. If we're going to have the Expressions of Bumgarner, let's have them.
He's getting a good sweat going, wearing the fleece, the pullover.
Austin Jackson now. Good teammate, Madison Bumgarner.
Yes. Good teammate, good guy.
And a called strike to Austin Jackson. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jackson hitting .248. 2 down, nobody on for the Giants. And that's off the inside.
Good take. Gio is locked in right now. Said working the corners. He's able to so far spot up on these fastballs, whether he's going in or away. Not missing by much if he misses at all. There's a change up.
Fooled him big time on that one. 2-2.
This pitch was set up by the one before. Fastball in, just misses, sets up this changeup. Bottom falls right out of that.
3-2 now. Joe Panik is on deck. Dark clouds hovering out over the Capitol building, which we can see here. Capitol Hill within our range of vision from the booth. That's a bloop and a base hit. So a 2-strike single for Austin Jackson, the Giants' second hit. And there comes Joe Panik.
Does a nice job fighting off that fastball. Worked in there, kept his hands inside the barrel, able to flip it out into right. And another 2-out hit.
Joe Panik now, who has not tasted success very often against Gio Gonzalez. He's only had 1 hit against him in 11 career at-bats. Panik, who usually holds his own against left-handed pitching. And that is on the outside, a first pitch strike. Panik had a double that started the 3-run 7th inning rally that opened up the game in the late innings for the Giants. The Nationals had come back to make it a 1-run game, and then the Giants put 3 on the board to make it 9-5. That was the final. 1-1, and he clobbered that ball. He had not had a hit since last Sunday.
Yeah, you're right. And he's a guy you want to get going, especially with the extra base hits, not just base hits in general. You want him to get on second, maybe get a couple of triples, a couple homers going. He's feeling good with his swing. He said everything's on time. It's just a matter of getting the luck.
And the count goes to 2-1. I guess that ball hit the dirt, so a new ball is put in play. Derek Rodriguez, the pitcher, is on deck. Giants are down 1-0 here in the second. Pop up, foul, and back out of play. Now, before this game, the Washington Capitals, who won their very first Stanley Cup championship in the NHL playoffs Thursday night, the night before this series started. And the players came out on the field wearing their red Caps jerseys. And Alex Ovechkin, the star on the team, the captain, carried the Stanley Cup right out to the pitcher's mound.
He hasn't let go of that thing since Thursday, and I don't blame him. There was pictures of him last night going to a club in Arlington, brought the cup there, lifted it up. I'm not sure he's even changed or showered or anything. And you shouldn't. When you've wanted, he's played here for 13 seasons and so many playoff struggles, and to finally come all the way through and win.
That's a base hit to right field. So strong at bat there for Joe Panik. 2 men on. Before the game, let's go back. And the fans are so excited. Ovechkin, number 8, came out wearing a Caps jersey. And then he threw out the first pitch.
Scherzer on the receiving end. I see, it looks like a guy that hasn't seen the shower in a few days. Partying.
Everybody in this ballpark and just about everybody in this city wants to party with him right now.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
He is the toast of the town. And there's Pudge Rodriguez.
There he is.
The Hall of Famer. As his son Derek is at the plate. Derek got his first hit in his first game in Denver the week before last. Check swing. Did he go? No, says Carlos Torres.
Drafted as an outfielder. He can handle the bat.
As pitchers go, he looks pretty good as a hitter.
Yeah, exactly. As a hitter, he was terrible, and he became a pitcher. But as a pitcher, he's a good hitter.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You know, that's how it goes.
Watching the Capitals out on the field with the Stanley Cup, and it was fun to see, and the fans cheering him. But it kind of made me wish the Giants were home right now. I'd like to see the Steph Curry and Kevin Durant and all those guys out on the field at AT&T Park carrying the NBA trophy. A mighty cut on a 2-0 count. 2-1 now.
Yeah, the Bay Area has certainly become title town since 2010. That's 6 now.
Warriors have won 3.
Warriors 3.
The Giants 3. Yeah.
I'm sure I'm missing a Sharks one somewhere, but
I always thought I could get used to that. 2-2 now.
2 challenge fastballs, 2 big rips.
Kind of fun to find out, but although I'm accustomed to it, that it still is a thrill every time. Congratulations to the Golden State Warriors. Another championship. And that is all for Derek Rodriguez. 2 men stranded, 1-0 Nationals as we go to the last of the second. 3 years ago today, Citi Field, New York, Chris Heston pitched a no-hitter against the Mets for the Giants, the 9th no-hitter in Giants history, the 4th straight season that the Giants had pitched a no-hitter. And that was an example. That did it. That was the final pitch. He hit, what did he hit? 3 guys in that game?
I think it was 3.
Including maybe 1 or 2 in the 9th inning.
Yeah, we were so excited for him. Look at that list.
And that's
good names.
The list of San Francisco Giants with no-hitters. And going back in 2010, Sanchez, then Kane in 2009, Kane in 2012, Lincecum 2 years in a row. That's a base hit to left center for Keyboom. First ball swinging, the rookie catcher for the Nationals. So he starts it off with a hit. That's Spencer Keyboom. That's his 4th hit in 22 at-bats.
Yeah, when you're a backup catcher, you're looking for the straight stuff. You're coming in ready to swing, and that's exactly what he did. Got the fastball, serves it in the left, and now Gio can just try to lay one down.
The bunt, and that's foul. Gio, as a hitter, he hit 23 at bats, and he struck out 15 of those 23 times. But conversely, he's only had 1 sacrifice bunt.
You see with that first attempt, he was lunging at it. They try to teach you when you do these bunting drills, it's a lot easier to do it off the machine. It's straight and right down the middle most of the time. When you got to face live pitching, you got to try to just catch the ball.
Bunted foul.
You see him there punching again. And good job by Hundley and Rodriguez there to change it up. That was a cutter. Put some spin on the ball, make him try to miss, make him reach. Maybe he'll pop it up or bunt it right in front of home plate. And Hundley can grab it and fire it to second.
He's been in the National League for a while now. 2012, his first year with the Nationals. This is his 7th year. But he came up in the American League where this was not necessary. This kind of thing never really occurred. It was a DH league. He never had to worry about bunting or hitting or anything else like that. But Gio Gonzalez, in his whole career as a hitter, has 6 sacrifice bunts in 89 official at-bats. He gets that one down. Buster looked at second, but instead Trepanic at first for the out, and Gio Gonzalez gets it done. The Warriors Championship Parade will be on Tuesday at 9:30 in the morning on NBC Sports Bay Area. Stick with the team you've been with all season long for the best parade coverage around. And why watch the parade anywhere but on the home of the authentic world champion Warriors fan, NBC Sports Bay Area. Streaming live on the NBC Sports app. Leadoff man Adam Eaton now. And ball 1 way off the outside. Eaton had a count of no balls and 2 strikes as the first hitter facing Derek Rodriguez, and then Derek hit him. And eventually that hit batsman was turned into a run for the Nationals. They lead 1-0 here in the second. That's a ball off the outside. I always remember Kevin Durant several years ago, and you may have met him when he came out to the ballpark.
Oh, yeah.
He was with Oklahoma City, and they were going to play the Warriors that night. And he came out to watch the ball game. He came up to the booth. Very pleasant guy, very interesting guy, and he was very interested in the game. And was asking about the team the Giants were playing, and it was a team down in the standings. And he thought, or he said to us, so the Giants probably win this game easily. And we had to explain to him the difference between baseball and a sport like basketball or hockey or even football. It doesn't really work quite the same. Up the middle, base hit center field. Keyboom heading to third, and he'll stop there. Kind of a wild throw in by Jackson over the cutoff man, but Eaton holding it first. That didn't cost him. First and third now with 1 out. Ball hit the pitcher's mound on the way through.
Seems like the last 2 times that Rodriguez has touched the mound, he's gotten the ball back up the middle, hit off him. I think he got it in his last start, and he got it in Colorado. Got hit in the shin.
Yeah, that ended his game in Colorado. Trey Turner now, who walked his first time. Nationals with another threat here in the second inning, leading 1-0.
It's a big spot again. Now you got 2, 3, 4 coming up. Harper on deck. Trying to manage an inning. Would love to get a ground ball, but you got to go with the off-speed stuff. Got to get these guys reaching. They're looking. They're sitting dead red.
Up the middle, another base hit. On the first pitch, coming in to score Keyboom. Eaton stops at second. 2-0 Nationals.
And he tried. He went with the cutter. Tried to get it away. Located it pretty well. Just a better piece of hitting by Turner. Able to put enough barrel on it. Leaks back over the plate just a little bit, but hits it right back up the middle. Doesn't try to do too much.
So a ground ball, but not at anybody.
And you got a lot of speed on the bases.
There's Bryce Harper. He lined out to center his first time. 7th in the league in RBIs for the year. And a curveball in the dirt. Ball 1, saved by Nick Hunter. 2-0. The Nationals leading the Giants. Shortstop Hansen well over toward the middle, playing Harper to pull. The outfield pretty much straight away. A called strike.
Nice pitch. Good 2-seam action on that fastball. Just gets the corner of the plate. Harper didn't like it, but that was well executed by Rodriguez. Gets him back into the count.
42 runs batted in for Harper this year, even though he's hitting only .227. Right there again, outside corner with that little cutter.
Yeah, I got the cutter away again. 1-1 count, going to off-speed stuff. That's having a lot of trust, a lot of faith, and being able to execute, especially against a guy like this. Now you got him in a defensive mode. See if he tries to chase him up with a fastball here, like he got Matt Adams earlier.
And it was right out over the plate. Stopping at third base will be Eaton, and the bases are loaded.
And that's where he tried to go. He tried to go up. Left it thigh high middle. Bryce is too good a hitter to do that too, even though the average doesn't indicate it. And he serves it into center field. Tried to elevate. Ends up goes right down. As you see right there, Harper just too good a hitter. Just drives it up the middle. And that'll bring out Kurt Young to try to settle down the young fella.
4 hits in the inning, including 3 in a row from the top of the batting order. And the cleanup hitter who knocked in a run in the first with a single, Rendon, coming up. So already down 2-0, and the Nationals with visions of a big inning. They've got just the people they want up in a spot like this. Kurt Young will go back to the dugout.
And this is one of those situations where you can go to the pen and maybe get in. You wouldn't want to go to these guys too early, but you can get a Guerin to come in, get you out of a situation, then turn it over to Block and throw a little bit for you.
The Block certainly would be capable of giving you several innings, having been a starter until just recently.
But again, Kurt Young probably out there telling Rodriguez, once again, 1 pitch away. Things aren't going your way right now, but you're just 1 pitch away from getting out of an inning. Turn 2, back in the dugout. Just kind of focus on execution at this point. Stay through your target.
Way outside with the curveball. Bases loaded. Eaton at third, Turner at second, Harper at first. Rendon with 2 men on and 1 man out in the first inning. Hit a single to knock in the first run of the game. A run is in this inning. The bases are loaded, and once again only 1 out. The curve outside again. So he is getting into a deeper problem area here. Behind in the count. And needing to make good pitches.
Yeah, he's got to challenge him here. He's got to get back in the count.
Ty Blach is now up in the Giants bullpen. 2-1 the count.
We do got the 2 lefties in a switcher coming up after Rendon. I don't know how much of a hurry Ty Blach is going to be getting loose, but Coach has been known to make the quick move.
Now that's not hit very hard. Let's see if they can get 2. There's 1. Hanson to first. Safe at first, and a run scores. Wow. You know the Giants are going to be looking at that very closely in the video room. Eaton scores. Sean Dunston and Chad Chop operate the video room for the Giants in the clubhouse.
Look at the turn. Hanson, good arm. Buster giving all the reach he could. Tried to get all the length on that glove. Yeah, but he's safe. Rendon doing a nice job hustling down line.
And Rendon runs pretty well. Ball just not hit quite hard enough to be a double play. So here is Matt Adams. 1-1.
Real nice change up there.
2 runs in, 3-0 Nationals. Rendon with his second RBI. And strike 2. That'll change up.
Doubling up.
Adams struck out his first time. And his first time after getting ahead of him. Then he got him to chase that high fastball out of the strike zone. You do the same thing here?
You definitely try to get him chased. You're not throwing anywhere near the strike zone. You want to either go way up or bounce something.
That's back to the screen.
I'd like to see that pitch just a little bit higher. He was late on it though anyway. But you got a chance to play around a little bit. 0-2 count. Power hitter. Usually he's used to taking big swings. He's got chase. But you got to leave it here. 3-0, you're still in a ball game.
Runners at first and third. Turner at third. Rendon at first.
I like a good idea there. Nice job by Adams being able to lay off. This normally would be dropping the big curveball, but he hasn't had a feel for it yet. He's been yanking it. This would be a good spot for one if he has confidence to throw it. If not, another fastball up.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And he went up this time. Adams didn't seem to have a problem laying off. 2-2, up and in on that one. Adams has been one of the Nationals' best hitters, although he's still mostly platoons. Deep right center. 1 hop up against the wall. 1 run is already scored, and here comes Rendon around. He scores all the way from first. And now it's a big inning, a 4-run inning, a double for Adams, 5-0 Nationals.
Well, Rodriguez has not been locating the way he has the last couple times he's taken the mound. You see it here, trying to get the fastball in, leaks out over middle of the plate, and just a great swing by Adams. Puts barrel on it. Nice loud contact. McCutcheon gives a chase, just not able to get there. And the speed that the Nats have, they're scoring easy. And just like you said, it's become a big inning now.
Adams, even though he does not have that many at bats, now has 36 RBIs. And ball one to Soto. 7th double of the year for Adams to go with 13 home runs. He's only had 144 at bats, and by comparison, Bryce Harper has had 217 at bats and only 6 more RBIs. 1-1 to Juan Soto, who already has looked like one of the best hitters in the Nationals lineup at age 19.
And Derek Rodriguez is in survival mode at this point, just trying to get through this inning, trying to limit any more damage.
Soto was not the guy you would have thought the Nationals would have brought up, but they got so many injuries. Eaton got hurt. Howie Kendrick, the veteran, he got hurt. Bautista, another young guy from the minors, had been brought up. He got hurt. And finally they went to Soto. And Soto has been kind of a staple ever since. 2-2 the count.
This is it. You'll see it here. He's going to hunker down now with 2 strikes. Spread out. Choke up on the hand, on the bat.
And we've been watching his at bats when he gets up there, and that front foot's up on a toe. But as you say,
now he's going to spread out the base. Yeah,
it goes flat.
See it there.
Chokes up,
which makes you susceptible to fastballs up if you can get it up there.
He was able to fight that one off. 2-2. 93-mile-an-hour heater. That was the 29th pitch, by the way, of this inning thrown by Rodriguez after he threw 29 in the first inning. So 2 very high-stress innings in a row to start the game. The Nationals are leading 5-0.
Certainly is, and this is what makes it tough on your defense. A lot of standing around. Long innings like this make you kind of stiff-legged.
That is a foul ball. And it goes on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tomorrow's game, the 1:05 Pacific time start. First pitch, Derek Holland versus Max Scherzer, and then it's on to Miami for the Giants. A 4-game series against the Marlins. Madison Bumgarner will start the first game in South Florida on Monday night. Buster Posey handles it himself. But the Nationals have a 5-0 lead. The top of the order coming up.
area is brought to you by Kona Brewing Company. Enjoy a Big Wave Golden Ale or Longboard Lager today.
The Giants are down 5-0 as they come to bat here in the third inning. Top of the order, Alan Hansen, batting right-handed against Gio Gonzalez, takes a called strike. Hansen grounded out to third his first time. Hitting .357 for the Giants. But he's done most of his damage as a left-handed hitter. Hitting .383 from that side. He's only had 9 at-bats right-handed. Right back to Gio. And one away. So, Stanley Cup made an appearance before the game with the Nationals. Now it's in the ballpark here still. I don't believe that's an actual member of the Caps, though, who's hoisting it. So people are just having fun with the Stanley Cup. That's part of the tradition of hockey that's a little bit different. It's all about the Stanley Cup, and all the names of all the players on the championship team get engraved on the cup.
Individual, letter by letter.
That was a swing for Buster Posey. The count is 0-2. Buster grounded out to first his first time.
That's one of the cooler things when you go letter by letter, and there's Ovechkin doing it again. He's used to this press. This is going to be part of his off-season workout program. Shoulder press with the Stanley Cup.
I like Ovechkin's attitude. They had him throw out the first pitch, and the pitcher's not standing right by the Stanley Cup. And the fans are having a hard time focusing in the game right now. This whole area was just energized by the Caps run to their first Stanley Cup championship. They beat the expansion Las Vegas Golden Knights. It was an incredible story that they even got to the finals. The Knights, but the Caps were too good for them. Beat them 4-1. First Stanley Cup in Washington Capitals history. 44th season for the Caps. Very high to Buster. 2-2 the count. And Ovechkin, the captain, he was named the MVP of the finals. Conn Smythe, yeah.
It was almost like a Braves situation. The Caps have been so good for so long, but not able to get over the hump. And it was Pittsburgh that was the team that kept taking it from them.
So the walk for Posey. McCutcheon coming up.
The Smart Play is brought to you by your Northern California Ford dealers, and it came last night off the bat of Andrew McCutcheon, a solo home run off of Steven Strasburg, his first career home run off Strasburg in 25 at bats, and that is your Ford Smart Play.
McCutcheon got an infield hit off the glove of Gio Gonzalez in the first inning, hitting .260 for the year. Posey at first, 1 out. Good ball and no strikes. Washington Capitals, their first season as an expansion team, they won 8 games.
Not very good. Vegas was doing some big things this year.
And a foul off the right field line. A ball and a strike to Andrew McCutcheon. His bat has started to speak loudly here in the month of June. He had 2 more hits last night. 3 homers, 3 doubles in his previous 5 games before today. And a bouncer foul, third base side.
And you see Gio going back with the changeup, really changing it up on these guys, mixing it up, doing some good things. He's been hot this year, pitching with a lot of confidence, especially in this ballpark. Runs are going to come at a premium, but this is a good time to answer. You have the top of the order going. Got a runner on, middle of the order now. 2, 3, 4. He really tried to get some at-bats together, keep him in the stretch for a while.
1-2. And he struck him out. 2 down. Third strikeout for Gio.
Change up before, set this one up, fastball in. The velocity is not what it used to be. As you can see, it's 90 there. It used to be up mid-90s, but that changeup has just been the equalizer, and it sets that pitch up very nicely.
Longoria flied out deep to center his first time. It's off the outside for a ball. Posey drew a 1-out walk. He's at first, now with 2 down. The Giants are trailing 5-0. Called a strike. 1-1 the count now. The Nationals, the whole team is going to some big, they're calling it the gala or the gala, and they're all going. So they started this ball game earlier today than usual, and they'll start tomorrow's game later. Back over the screen into the crowd. 1-2. I guess we're not invited. We didn't bring our tuxedos anyway.
I did not bring enough for a black tie affair. Yeah, but they've been doing it every year. They finally backed up that next game because I think they had a losing record on the day game following this gala.
Popped up foul and back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Longoria. Hundley on deck. .84 degrees at game time. Hot day in the city. And the first of what will be many in the weeks and months to come. In the dirt right toward his back foot there. He lifted it up to get it out of the way. 2-2 the count. And you get to July and August here. The month of August, Washington is kind of famous, or maybe infamous. Everybody leaves the city for the whole month of August.
Pretty much.
Too hot and humid. That's a base hit, left center field. Soto cuts over to cut it off, and Buster Posey will go around to third.
Nice job by Evan Longoria. It's waiting back on that changeup, letting the ball travel. Put some good barrel on it. It's not a bad pitch off the plate, as you can see, but he just stays with it, stays through it, trusts his hands, and throws it in the gap. Buster an easy round, third base, and now you got a couple on with a guy with some power at the plate.
Nick Hundley. Well, he's hit 6 home runs in 95 at bats this year. He struck out his first time in this game, though. Hundley 3 for 11 lifetime versus Gio Gonzalez. 2 on, 2 out. Giants have had 4 hits in these first 3 innings, but all of them have come after 2 were down. They've not gotten a leadoff man on base yet. And so 1 to Hundley. First pitch changeup. That base hit, by the way, off the bat of Longoria. Statcast said 105 miles an hour off his bat. So very solid contact. When guys hit a ball that hard, I think since they've been keeping track of things like that, the average, if you hit a ball 105 miles an hour above, is over 700. That's the batting average.
That's pretty good.
You hit one that hard. And he tried to check his swing, couldn't do it. 0-2.
Gio doing a good job of keeping the Giants hitters off bounds. Change up, fastballs in, change up, fastballs up, curveball, fastball up. He still likes to throw those fastballs up in the zone. He's got a good feel for it, always has had it.
0-2 the count. That ball hit deep. Soto back, still going. Adios! Pelota! A 3-run homer for Hundley, and that puts the Giants right back into it in the 3rd inning. The big fly. And now it's 5-3 Washington. 7th home run for Hundley.
You're looking for an answer. The Giants were looking to do something, get back into this ball game. And one big swing, curveball, hard of the plate. Hundley doing a great job keeping his hands back, driving through that one. Like I said, a guy with power coming up. You never know what might happen. And just like that, Giants are back into a ball game and trying to find a way to get Gio back into the stretch again.
So here is Mac Williamson. 0-1. Williamson grounded to short his first time. Well, Nick Hundley had struck out his first time, fell behind 0-2 immediately in this at bat, and then turned it around. And I keep thinking Mac Williamson is liable to launch one anytime now. He's about due. He has not homered since coming back from the disabled list after the concussion.
Yeah, you're right. Gio was shaking when it came down to it. He wanted that curveball rather than going with that pitch that he had gotten Hundley to check his swing on. As you see now, he's going back to the changeups and fastballs.
Two.
That's a gift call by Scott Berry. That pitch was off the plate, but Mac now has to protect out there. He's in protect mode. Good swing.
2-2. And the Giants have made Gio work awfully hard. He has thrown 65 pitches in these first 3 innings. This will be his 28th pitch of this inning. High and tight, following up that changeup with the fastball at 91.
And you can see he's gotten away from the curveball. The last one he threw went over the fence. He's going back to the fastballs up, changeups down, and that's what the Giants need to do. Take advantage of the ball over the middle of the plate.
And a walk for Williamson.
Nice at bat right there by Mac.
Statcast on Hundley, 101 miles an hour, and the estimate 404 feet. Well back over the left center field wall into the bullpen. As the pitching coach for the Nationals, Derek Lilliquist, out to the mound to visit with Gio Gonzalez, who has worked and worked and worked. The Giants, they made him work hard the first 2 innings as well. 38 pitches, 21 in the second inning.
You see the frustration in Gio. You could read his lips there. He said, I had a 5-0 lead. And I think he got caught getting a little cute trying to go to the curveball when the fastball changeup has been effective to this lineup so far. He tries to throw that breaker, hangs it. I shouldn't say he hung it, but he just enough over the middle of the plate. Just an even better approach and swing by Nick Hundley.
When you say he didn't hang it, what do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, it was down in the zone. It split the plate. It was right down the middle, but it was definitely down in the zone.
So hanger meaning up, maybe.
Not up, thigh high.
Called strike to Austin Jackson, who singled to center his first time. Five to 3, the Nationals lead the Giants. A check swing and a strike. 0-2.
Scott Berry's giving him that outside corner now. That pitch is off. Now back into protect mode again.
Swing? No. Carlos Torres, the first base umpire, ruled in favor of Austin Jackson on that check swing.
Taking another look at it. Did he go? No, I got no on that.
Lights are on here. Getting very, very dark over this ballpark now. Some heavy, ominous looking clouds have started to gather. One outside, the pitch count goes on. That's the 33rd pitch thrown in this inning by Gio Gonzalez.
And he's put the curveball in his back pocket. It's just fastball, changeup. That's all he's throwing. You see the frustration now. I don't want to say what he said there, but you could easily read his lips.
I think it was for Pete's sake.
I think that's what it was.
High and foul off to the right. crying out loud.
That's right. Let chicken crowd your plate. That's what he was saying.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Jackson has not hit a home run this year. 126 at bats, 254 average. And that's too high.
Well, they made Gio a 2-pitch pitcher. Really, you're just looking for something straight.
Nationals bullpen has never gotten into action here. We're only in the 3rd inning. Remember, their bullpen went 7 innings last night, and they sent out a reliever since last night. Wander Suero sent back to the minors today. Adam Eaton was activated, a hitter. So they really, I'm sure, feel like they need some innings out of Gio Gonzalez, who's one of their top starters. It's only the 3rd. There goes the runner. And into center, and caught by Bryce Harper. Nice play. Just when you thought it was a hit, Harper caught up to it. But Nick Hundley, tell it bye-bye, baby, as Russ Hodges used to say. The Giants are right back into it. 5-3, Washington. Bluffing the butt and taking a strike, Wilmer Defoe leading it off here for the Nats in the last of the 3rd. It's 5-3 Washington now. And Derek Rodriguez trying to settle in. A couple of rugged innings. Threw 60 pitches in those first 2 innings. A run in the first for the Nats and 4 runs in the second. But he's right back in the game now. He'd like to have a shutdown inning. Going in with the changeup. 2-1 the count to Defoe, who hit into a force play to end the first inning. Keyboom, the rookie, on deck, and then Gonzalez due up 3rd. That is a fair ball. Buster Posey will handle it. 1 away.
Friday, June 22nd is Fireworks Night presented by Snapple. It's also Beatles Night. Your Beatles special event package includes a t-shirt featuring the Fab Four of Crawford, Panic, Belt, and Posey, and a ticket to the Giants-Padres game. Reminder, to receive the t-shirt, you will need to purchase the special event ticket. Visit sfgiants.com/special events for tickets, and that is a quality tee. I think you guys did a promo picture for that, didn't you?
Well, it was Amy G came up with it sort of as a gag.
I like it.
And I don't know that there's been a huge demand for the Giants broadcasters version of that t-shirt.
Hey, instant collector's items.
I had some family members who wanted it. With it instead of John, Paul, George, and Ringo, in the original photo from an old Beatles album. And you got Crawford, Posey, Panic, and Belt, the Giants version of that. And then we had a Miller, Fleming, Krukow, and Kuiper version that Amy G dreamt up. I like the way her mind works.
Exactly right. Looking out for you guys. Always has.
And the count goes to 3-1 now to Keyboom. He jumped on a pitch right away in his first at bat and hit a single. And that started a 4-run second inning rally. Really getting dark here. That's ball 4. That might have been ball 4 and ball 5 all at the same time. Speaking of Dave Fleming, he's here today over in the radio booth. But he's got his NBC Sports Bay Area shirt on, and he'll be moving down the hall to work with Javier Lopez in the middle innings. Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow are on assignment.
It's a very big inning for Rodriguez. Your team comes in, you want that scoreless inning. Plus, you want to find a rhythm. When you're facing the bottom half of the order, you want to get through it unscathed and do it quickly.
He's had a hard time, it seems, spotting that fastball in the strike zone.
He has. He's a little out of rhythm. And as a young pitcher, he's only been on the mound a couple of years now. He's trying to still figure it out.
And the Giants bullpen after that walk to Keyboom is busy again. And he missed it. 1 ball, 1 strike, trying to lay down a bunt here. He did so with a 2-strike count, as you see. Ty Blach once again heating up in the Giants bullpen. Gonzalez, after Keyboom's leadoff single in the second, laid down a bunt very nicely with a 2-strike count. Longoria plays him shallow at third. Posey on the bag at first with the runner Keyboom. And he bunted at that one. That ball could be way off the outside.
Not even close. Just bad technique, punching at it. But made that comment last time. Broadcaster's jinx is what I was told. That lays it down. Got the sacrifice down. So you're just hoping he either strikes out, pops it up, or gives Hundley a chance to turn a double play.
1-2. Move the bat back out of the way on that one. 2-2 the count. Leadoff man Adam Eaton is on deck.
I do like that he sits and he checks the sign in case things might actually change for him here.
That is foul, strike 3. It's, of course, the only time where a foul ball is counted as strike 3 when you bunt it foul. That is the second strikeout for Rodriguez. So 2 down. Keyboom still at first. Now with the left-handed hitter Eaton coming up, here comes Bruce Bochy, and he's going to make a change. It looks like he's going to make a double switch. And he goes out to tell Scott Barry, the plate umpire, who's got the lineup card, what he's going to do here. Austin Jackson, who made the final out in the Giants' third, is going to leave the game. So I guess Gorky Hernandez is going to come in as Ty Blach enters from the bullpen. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
5-3 Nationals as the Giants make the pitching change here. Ty Block is in. Derek Rodriguez, 2 2/3 innings. You see Block's numbers for the year. He's looked pretty good coming out of the bullpen.
He's ideally what you want as a long guy. You want the long guy to be a lefty, because when you're facing these right-handed pitchers, you got your lefties all stacked up in the lineup, and then if you need a guy to go long for you, now you get the lefty-lefty matchups.
Giants, and he throws strike one to Adam Eaton. Giants had that comeback victory Wednesday at home against Arizona, and he pitched the 8th and 9th innings and threw only 17 pitches in those 2 innings without allowing a run. In those 2 innings, he only allowed 1 hit, and he erased that guy in a subsequent double play ball. So he looked very sharp. And he often had games where he looked very sharp the first 3-4 innings, and occasionally longer than that. Joe Panic, and that's the first time Eaton has been retired. On to the 4th inning. Panic, Hernandez, and Hansen coming up. Dave Fleming will come down from the radio booth to join Javi.
NASCAR at Sonoma Raceway. Come see the Toyota Save Mark 350, June 22nd through 24th. Tickets on sale now at sonomaraceway.com.
Back in the nation's capital, where the Nationals are up on the Giants 5-3 in the top of the 4th. And here to tell you all about it is Dave Fleming.
Avi, nice to be with you again today.
Definitely.
I'm happy to have somebody else to talk to. Talking to myself for 3 innings on the radio side with a lot of pitches thrown. A lot. Joe Panic, his second at bat. He singled his first time up against this Nationals lefty. Ball 1. Very tough to hit for left-handed hitters. Gonzalez has some of the best numbers lefty against lefty in the league.
He's just had a tremendous year.
And isn't it amazing how a couple little mistakes and then one swing changed the whole feel of the game? And I think it changed how Bruce Bochy managed in the bottom of the 3rd, getting Rodriguez out when he did, making the double switch because the Giants were back in it. 2-1.
You can see it yet again with he's just pulling the right strings. You want to get some momentum going on these long road trips. You haven't been playing well. You finally got a win last night against a very good club. You have a chance now. You're just a bloop and a blast away. You're going to manage for it.
I think it is one of the #1 jobs for any big league manager to figure out when to go for it and when, over 162 games, a long season, where you have to say, you know what, we might have to let this game go and not quite manage as aggressively.
And now you put the pressure when you look at, if you're looking at the lineup, I shouldn't say pressure, but now Martinez, you've stacked a lefty lineup, you have Block pitching. That's when the long guy being left-handed with a right-handed starter is so effective for a bullpen.
3-2, close. T-Boom, the catcher, tried to frame it. Those are the pitches. If Gio Gonzalez doesn't get those.
Yeah, that's a good pitch.
Giants got a break. See if Panic can take advantage. It's ball 4. He lays off. That one was definitely a ball. It's a leadoff walk.
How far would you go for Togo? Brought to you by Togo's Pretzel Rami. Last night, Gorky's Hernandez 2-run shot off of Suera. The exit velocity, look at that. 104.4 estimated distance, 407 feet. That's how far Gorky's would go for his 7th of the year.
Seven home runs for a guy who didn't hit a single one last year. That wall's 14 feet high. Deepest part of this ballpark. That was pretty impressive.
That was well struck.
I tell you what, ball 1 from Gio Gonzalez.
7th home run for number 7. 14-foot wall. See what I'm doing there?
Ah.
Yeah.
7 + 7, 14.
Good for him.
So if he hits his 8th, is there a 15-foot high wall
We're going
somewhere?
to find it. That little, we're going to go ahead and count something. I don't know what.
Find a railing.
Well, yeah, we'll pick something.
Well, he came on as part of the double switch. This is his first at bat of this game. The count is 2-0. Gonzalez has thrown 83 pitches. The bullpen's quiet for now. Gets a swing and miss on the changeup.
And he's done with the curveball. He's just put that away.
And why?
You know, sometimes that's all it takes is when you throw the one in there and it gets blasted for a homer. You're not even going to think about it anymore. But Giants have just made him a 2-pitch pitcher. To be fair, they're 2+ pitches right now. He's been able to hit the corners and the bottom has fallen out on that changeup.
To short. Turner will get one. Not quite in time for the double play. Gorky's just fast enough to stay out of the double play.
Turner's doing the best he can. Gorky's can run. Defoe with the great arm. Good exchange, but just good hustle down the line. Keeps him from turning that. Adams gave it the peek at the bench just to see. Just trying to keep the line moving, and now you've turned the lineup over.
In the replay era, the immediate aftermath of any play like that is everybody on the field turns and looks at the dugout.
Have to.
There's Alan Hansen, 3rd time up as the leadoff hitter today. You know, a very big play in this game, very big, was Rendon staying out of the double play in the 2nd. It would have been 2-0 inning over. They scored a run on that one, and then Adams hit the 2-run double. So Hansen rolls that one foul. And he broke his bat. But Rendon just fast enough to stay out of that double play. Ball wasn't hit that hard. I thought Hansen did a pretty good job. It's hard when you're taking the place of Brandon Crawford.
Yeah, you're used to that quick exchange, the clean exchange. Hansen's got a good arm. Gave it the good effort. Buster tried to reach as far as he could. I don't think even with Belt there they would have been able to make that play.
But that led to 3 runs staying out of that double play. And some rain is starting to fall now.
Scott Berry giving him the outside corner to these right-handers. That ball was definitely off the plate. Hansen's got to protect now.
He tried to go back out there. This time missed by too much. Not going to even get that one from even Scott Berry. 1-2 to Hansen.
Well, one thing's for sure, Gio is not long for this game. This will be his 89th pitch.
Remember last night, Strasburg went just 2. They used Kelly, Suero, Miller, Kinsler, Grace, and Collins, and several of those guys for a lot of pitches. So their bullpen is thin. They were looking for length today from Gonzalez. They're not going to get it. Gorkys runs. Hansen down the left field line, but he hooked it foul. Just a little too quick. It is raining a little bit, isn't it? Some big drops were falling.
Big drops.
I'm not always good with colors or with rain. Sometimes I need a little help. Here's Bochy sending Gorkys Hernandez. 90th pitch of the day for Gio Gonzalez already, with 1 out in the 4th. Off the outside, that changeup, 2-2.
And they're going to want to get him through this inning.
Nobody.
They don't have. Yeah, nobody's warming up.
Nobody. And that, in a different circumstance, don't you think that somebody would be up? You got the middle of the order lined up. It's a 2-run game. That's ball 3.
Well, it speaks to what you were saying. They're looking for some sort of length here out of Gio. One thing for sure is you know exactly what Gio is thinking. He's very animated when he's on the mound with his frustration. Imagine Gorkys would go here. Let's see it.
He does. Hansen into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. Hernandez tears to third, and he will get the late stop sign from Ron Wotus. The ball comes in and kicks away. Gorkys dancing around third base. Giants are set up here now. Alan Hansen, another great at bat by him, behind the count right away with a very big strike zone, and he gets another hit.
Take another look. Gets it to the full count. Gets the changeup again. He's only going 2 pitches, fastballs and changeups. Gets it there, stays on it, just puts barrel on it. Great job by Gorkys. Yeah, you got Bryce Harper playing center now, so it's not the guy that you're used to seeing out there. And for a second there, I think Wotus was thinking about cranking him in, jamming him into home, but good idea as the lightning strikes out in the distance.
Yikes. I think one thing we noticed yesterday, Bryce Harper a little casual in the outfield a couple times, and one time the Giants really took advantage of it, scoring Pablo Sandoval on a hit to right field. Justin Miller is the guy who's starting to get loose, and I think that's what Ron Wotus was doing there. He was waiting to see if there was either a little bobble or if Harper just a little extra casually scooped the ball up. He was ready to take advantage. Harper did a nice job. Ron Wotus has been a great third base coach.
He really has. He's taken advantage of working with Tim Flannery for so long, seeing the way he's done it. He's been out there before, but he really takes in a lot of information, and he also knows who's coming up. You know, you have Buster coming up. You have more of the opportunity to get bigger runs in a bigger inning, so he's going to play for that.
Ball 1 to Posey, who walked to start the rally last inning. And again, I would just say that this would be a spot. If Strasburg had had his normal start yesterday, I cannot believe that Gonzalez would be facing Posey here. Let's see if the Giants can take advantage of that. 94th pitch. It's ball 2. Over the 4th inning with 1 out.
Not only that, Gio's lifted his hat. Now it's even higher there. He's fixing it. And he's frustrated. You could tell he wears it. His emotions on his sleeve. You can see what's going on. Hansen's got speed. Won't be surprised if he gets going sometime soon. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That is not even close. That's over the white.
And Posey leaned back. You could tell Buster.
Take another look. I mean, come on. That's not even close.
That's been the spot right there where Scott Berry has had an unreasonably gigantic strike zone. That one was actually closer to being a strike, but called the ball.
What do you think Gio's at? Look at him. What's that? Where's that pitch? You can just read his lips.
He gave me the
beggars can't be choosers, right?
He's definitely begging. Great hitters count for a great hitter. 2 on in a 2-run game. Posey takes ball 4. Bases are loaded for Andrew McCutchen, and we'll see what Davey Martinez wants to do. He is coming out. I don't think he's got a choice. Justin Miller has been excellent, really tough to hit, and Gio gets 1 out in the 4th inning after being given a 5-0 lead. He is going to be hacked off about the way this start went. Davey Martinez has already made the call. Gio is going to give him the ball and reluctantly walk off the mound. Great opportunity for the Giants. Bases loaded. The bullpen coming in when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. SportsBayArea.com and the NBC Sports app, brought to you by your NorCal Honda dealers. The Giants down 5-0 have not just tightened this game up. It's now 5-3, but they have the bases loaded. They've chased the starter Gio Gonzalez out of the game in the 4th. Justin Miller, check out those numbers.
Yeah, he came in last night. Strikeout totals are just way up. He's got a little deception. He comes set real close stance. Really hard to pick up on those right-handers, as you can see with that .077 batting average. Asked to come up with 2 really big outs. The heart of the Giants order coming up.
McCutchen and then Longoria due up against the right-hander Miller. Bases loaded, 1 out in a 2-run game. Giants have been very good as a team with the bases loaded. First pitch, a slider off the outside, and maybe call the ball. McCutchen's kind of been left out. The Giants as a team hit .327 with the bases loaded. McCutchen this year 1 for 9, so he's due.
Got a hunch he's due.
Good speed at 2nd and 3rd. Posey is the trail runner at 1st. McCutchen 1 for 2 today. He swings through a fastball, high fastball for strike 1. Base hit to the outfield, even with some good arms out there for the Nats. With Hansen's speed, you figure that likely ties the game.
Definitely, and you want to put the pressure on the defense to make a play. They got this new outfield. They haven't played in this alignment in a long time. I mean, you got a rookie that wasn't even up here and a guy that's been on the DL for a long time, and Bryson center.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. Miller would love to get the strikeout here. McCutchen trying to get the bat on the ball. Big pitch in this game right here. 1-2. McCutchen to center field. Harper lining it up. That'll be deep enough. It should be to get at least 1 home. Gorky's tags, and he will come in to score. McCutchen with the sac fly. It's a 1-run game. In a 2-strike situation, That's a good job by McCutcheon.
Yeah, definitely. It's a productive out, not the swing that he wanted to put on it, but it's a run. And you haven't broken any rally at all. So you still got Longoria up with another guy in scoring position, another power bat coming up. All you want is opportunities, and that's what the Giants are getting.
When you have that bases loaded in your third spot on the order with only one out, you want to make sure you get at least one home. The Giants did. 2 on 2 out for Longoria, who has hit the ball hard twice. Both those at bats against the lefty Gonzalez. Much different look here. Miller. Strike one with the slider. To the warning track in straightaway center field in the first inning. Close to home run number 11, and then a hard hit single before the Hundley home run in the third. Ball one.
Good take.
So the wide strike zone on that side of the plate with the left-hander on the mound. That's 2 real good-looking pitches that have been called balls. I mean, that was a strike when Gio was out there, wasn't it?
Right. Yes, it was. But a good take there by Longoria. And they know that's where they're going to go to get him out, is usually breaking balls down and away, something away. He's made good adjustments over there, been able to stay up the middle.
They went hard away, and he swung through the fastball 1-2.
Gio threw him that changeup in that location there, and that was the one that you're talking about where he ripped for a base hit.
Hansen at second, Posey at first, 2 down, a run in. Giants trail by 1. Longoria stays alive with the foul ball.
Another long inning for these defenders. You see a lot of standing around. Guys trying to stay loose. This game has not had pace, that's for sure.
Well,
it has a pace.
It does. It just happens to be a glacially slow pace, and it's mostly because of the total number of pitches thrown. Derek Rodriguez was struggling with his command. He was all over the place, and Gio Gonzalez, same thing. 1-2. Longoria again, another foul ball.
Spoiling good pitches. Just hoping you get Miller to make a mistake, something that you can handle. Trusting the hands, letting the ball travel to you, even if you get jammed, as long as you can flip it out in the right field or something. Find a way to keep the line moving.
Nick Hundley, whose swing is the biggest in this game from last inning, is waiting on deck. Struck him out swinging with the fastball at 94. Longoria a little unhappy with that one. Giants get a run. They trail 5-4.
including the new Sriracha Lime Tempura green beans. Visit habitburger.com for a location near you.
Well, you can host your next event at AT&T Park all summer long. Group tickets. You can enjoy Giants baseball, whether it's a birthday, an anniversary party, corporate event, bachelor, bachelorette party, anything you can think of. Groups of 25 or more. sfgiants.com/groups for info. You can also call the Giants 415-972-2298. People still do make phone calls, talk to real people every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, if you want to avoid all social interaction, just go online. Call the Giants, though. They're friendly. Tie block to Trey Turner, bottom 4. Ball 1 from the Giants lefty, who's going to pitch in long relief here today. Giants were down 5-0. They're down by just a run. 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for the Nats. Turner to center field. Gorkis Hernandez still going back to make the catch.
Subaru presents Down on the Farm, and the one we're going to feature today is the outfielder Steven Duggar, currently an 8-game hitting streak with Sacramento, hitting 414 for his last 35 with a homer, 2 triples, 6 doubles, and 6 stakes. And nice job by the big fella out of Clemson, and starting to get hot.
He is. Hey, we see, you can, even if you just follow on social media, whether it's the River Cats Twitter feed or whatever, they post highlights. He's making highlight defensive plays all the time. The defense is not a question with Duggar. The Giants probably were real aggressive with him, trying to push him as fast as possible with a problem in center field. Gorkis Hernandez has taken some of the pressure off that. Bryce Harper unloads. That is home run number 19. Get that run back. 6-4 Nationals. Leading home run hitter in the National League.
There's no doubter there. Curveball, stayed up, stayed middle, right into the sweet spot, and he'll let you know. He just went ahead and walked it off. You look at the side swing there. You've got no question about that home run. But you got to forget about it and get another out.
Change up to Rendon for a ball. I think it's the pitch for Ty Block that he most needs to hone in and tighten up. That curveball, that could be a differentiator for him in terms of a future as a starter with an extra weapon.
You look at he's trying to do damage every time at the plate, recognizes curveball, gets the foot down, keeps the hands back, and then I went ahead and stared at it for a while, gave it a good look.
Well, you hit one that far.
Yeah,
you earned it, I guess.
But Suarez was doing a good job yesterday, working him away, sharp breaking stuff away, kind of trying to take his legs out of the swing, got some fly balls to left field. There, left the curveball over the plate, and Harper does what he's been doing a lot this year.
Well, that hurts. After the home run, walks Anthony Rendon. How far did he hit it? 437.
109 off the bat. What's that? 700 batting average? More than that?
Yeah. If you hit it that hard, you're going to get a hit almost 8 out of 10 times.
There you go.
Over the history of StatCast. So it's a good idea to hit it that hard. Matt Adams with maybe the biggest hit of the game for the Nationals. A 2-out, 2-strike, 2-run double in the second. Turned a 3-0 lead into 5-0. Against the starter Derek Rodriguez. Ty Block now in, trying to give the Giants some length out of the bullpen.
And a guy that can get a ground ball.
That one is a tough one-hopper that skipped past Panic. McCutcheon's throw is going to go all the way to third. Rendon safely there. Off the bat, you were thinking, hoping maybe a double play, but a very difficult play for Panik. That'll be a hit for Adams.
Yeah, he laces this ball right at Joe. Joe trying to play that backhand. It's kind of a do or die play at that point. Just stays under the glove. The lefties are the ones that are getting some hits right now, and you got another one coming up.
Giants have worked hard to get back in this game, and they're still very much in it, but Nationals with a chance. A run already in, and one of the best young, and when I mean young, I mean young hitters in the big leagues. 19 years old, Juan Soto, who has walked, is 0 for 1 in this game. We know he's got power against left-handed pitching. Ball 1. Three home runs, all 3 against lefties in his less than a month old major league career. You got low A ball, then high A, then double A, then triple A. A month ago, he was in low A. He's playing in the. They gave him his trophy the other night. Congratulations, you were the South Atlantic League Player of the Month of April.
That's right.
he's
Now it's a paperweight.
5 weeks later,
That's all it is.
He's in the major leagues. He didn't exactly savor that one. Block has missed badly with 3 straight pitches.
I think the homer might have rattled him just a little bit. He's having trouble finding that arm slot release point. Just got to be careful here. He is a rookie, but they might green light at this point.
Strike 1 right on the corner.
Need to find that secondary pitch out of the bullpen, which is usually the hard thing to do when you first get down there as a reliever. Finding that something other than a fastball to throw over the plate consistently for strikes.
Ball 4. He's walked 2, given up a hit after the home run. The bases are loaded. Still only 1 out. Defoe coming up. Kurt Young, the pitching coach, coming out. Bryce Harper, a home run. Since that moment, Ty Blach has not been sharp. Giants not quite as extreme as the Nationals last night, but Andy Suarez went just 4 in the 3rd innings. So the Giants used Moronto, Melanson, Watson, Dyson, and Smith. They used 5 different relievers in last night's win.
And Boch had said that he wants to kind of stay away from Melanson if he can. Still keeping him on just easing him in.
Yesterday started the longest Giants stretch of the year without an off day. 17 days in a row beginning yesterday with no off days. They had the off day before this series started. So the bullpen's fine for now. But we're only in the 4th inning of this game. Ty Blach is on the ropes. Nobody warming up behind him. Bases loaded, 1 out for Defoe. Here's a curve for a strike.
Real good one there too. Finished it. That's one you kind of wish he had against Harper. Take another look here. Just good snap, good break. Now throw the same thing but bounce it.
Fastball down and in. Defoe 0 for 2 so far. The only of the position players who started this game who haven't reached base at least 1 time so far. We're only in the 4th. At strike 2. Got the curveball over the outside.
You got Buster playing right at the edge of the grass. Anything coming to him, he's firing home. I imagine Longoria would probably do the same thing. Unless it's hit hard to him, then he's going to try to go all the way around.
1-2, struck him out swinging. Got him to chase down. A big second out for Ty Blach.
Real big, well executed curveball. That's what you want to throw in. That's his best one, I feel like. The one that just starts out as a strike and bounces right on the plate or right behind the plate. Hitter recognizes it, but by the time it gets to him and they commit to that swing, there's nothing on it.
He threw 3 really good curveballs in that sequence, and the best one was the 2-strike curve. Now Spencer Keyboom, who has singled and walked. Those were against Derek Rodriguez. And he throws another good curve for a called strike.
And that's good, especially against a backup catcher. Guy that has been a prospect, but they're ready to go from the jump. They're looking for something straight. You broadcast with one, he'll tell you. He's always looking fastball. David Ross, always hunting the straight stuff.
He hit a few in a few pretty big moments, didn't he?
He sure did.
That curveball was taken for a ball. One run in on the long Bryce Harper home run, but Ty Blach's got a chance to limit the damage here and get out of this jam. We got the pitcher spot due up next. That is low. Keyboom, for a guy who coming into this game, I mean, he hadn't played very much at all. 21 at bats before today, had not drawn a walk, not one. He's drawn one, and he's looked like a very patient hitter at the plate this afternoon. 2-1. 3-1. Now you got to find a way to throw a strike. You can't walk the 8th place hitter to force in a run.
Got to challenge him here. Got to find your best pitch. Hope that Keyboom just takes that big swing, pops it up.
He did pop it up to right field. Andrew McCutchen coming in, and that is a sigh of relief for Blach and the Giants. Nice job getting through that jam. Gave up the 1. It's a 2-run Nats lead. Heroes, and we throw the spotlight on a guy from the Giants past, Johnny Mize, who is in the Hall of Fame. He served in the United States Navy during World War II, missed 3 full years. He played for the Giants before and after World War II. 10-time All-Star, 5 times with the Giants, won 5 World Series championships with the Yankees. And Johnny Mize, an all-time great who gave up 3 years of his career, as so many of that generation did. You think of the numbers that Willie Mays would have finished his career with, or Ted Williams, or Johnny Mize, or many others without the sacrifice for their country. Particular interest, I think, when we come here and you drive into Nationals Park and you see Arlington Cemetery. Hundley swings and misses, and you think of how many folks, baseball players and otherwise, who gave the ultimate sacrifice in service for our country. We think about it all the time, but I think especially when we come here.
Yeah, definitely greatest generation. There's without a doubt.
Miller stays in the game. He did a pretty good job. He inherited a mess in the 4th inning. Giants only scored 1 run. Hundley has the biggest hit of the game for the Giants in an 0-2 count with 2 down in the 3rd inning.
Gio, the last curveball he threw right there, trying to protect, puts a good swing on it. And that was a no-doubter. And that put the Giants right back in the ball game, and you hear him right there. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And they're just a bloop and a blast out of this one right now.
0-2 is hit to center field. Harper, 1 out. So not this time for Nick Hundley. Harper's played center field before. It's not like he's totally foreign to that position. He looks better out there today than he did in right field yesterday, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And looking at it, I was wondering how this dynamic would work with Harper playing center, but even played a lot of right field in Chicago before getting over here. But again, you're playing with a rookie out and left. So kind of changing bodies.
So far hasn't cost the Nationals. Mac Williamson 0 for 1 with a walk. Giants being patient with Mac, letting him find his timing after missing a month on the DL, but waiting for some of that power to come back. I think they believe that it will. Takes a strike here. The tough thing I think about when you go on the DL with a concussion is you can't do anything until the concussion symptoms subside. So I mean, maybe you have a different injury. You can still take some swings in batting practice or in the cage, try to work to keep that timing at the plate going. Mac had to shut it down for what, 2 weeks plus, with not seeing any pitches, not taking any swings.
Not doing anything at all. It is rhythm and timing. That's what it's all about. It's tough.
Took a good cut there. And that's where in San Francisco, and it was Harper at the plate. That's the play that sent Williamson ultimately to the DL. And Harper, he knew it was something serious. Max stayed in the game. I mean, he passed the concussion tests on the field at the time. He hit a home run later in that game. Yeah. Strikes out swinging here, 2 down. And that is the nature of that injury, where, I mean, we've seen it with many Giants players in the past, where the symptoms take a day, sometimes a few hours, sometimes a day, sometimes a couple days to crop up. Two outs with Ty Block, the pitcher's spot coming up, and Block will stay in the game.
And that's the danger of the mounds being on the field. It is nice to see, I guess. It's a different thing. It's a different look. That's the one good thing about baseball. You can draw up the park however you want. Unlike any other professional sport, everything's the same, but it does have its dangers.
And it's been 19 years at AT&T Park with very few of those incidents, but this one's serious enough to where I imagine the Giants are talking about it behind the scenes, about at least the possibility of finding a different spot for the bullpens. Not easy.
No. Real estate's at a premium there.
Smallest plot of land since Wrigley Field was built for a new ballpark, AT&T Park. I have an idea, though. Nobody's asked me, but I do have an idea.
Well, what would that be? Warm up like the Japanese leagues underneath?
No, I think we want to see it, right? I would take out the entire couple sections along in the left field bleachers behind the left field wall.
Okay.
Do a tiered bullpen, sort of like they do in Philadelphia, and up above, maybe move the wiffle ball field or whatever. You could make a few little adjustments. Strike three swinging. You make one of those standing room areas like they have up above in Coors Field, where you get people to mingle around, stand above the bullpens, harass the visiting players. Be perfect.
Tickets to a game plus $40 of food credit. Packs start at only $99. Don't miss out on all the culinary delights at AT&T Park. Enjoy a slice of Tony's Pizza or Ghirardelli Hot Fudge Sundae on us. Visit sfgiants.com/family for tickets.
All right, so if you had a food voucher to spend on anything in the ballpark, 6-4 Nationals, bottom of the fifth. Sanchez is going to pinch hit for the Nats here to start the inning. What would you spend your money on?
You're putting me on the spot. I have not gone around the culinary.
I guess that's true. When you're a player, you're not going into the stands and having a bunch of concessions. I think a Ghirardelli Sundae might help that kid. Dad's laughing at him. Adrian Sanchez. Crazy crab sandwich would be a good choice.
I could do the crab sandwich for sure. I have to back it up with some sort of libation. I'd need a beer. They have They have a lot of quality beers there.
A lot. Curveball to Sanchez for a ball. At the end of the year, I'm going to ask you again. And when I'm
going to have to go eat now.
You got to wander the park.
Yeah. Put me on the spot.
Mingle with the fans. Corky's broke back, but has the speed to come in. No problem. Out number one.
I've had the garlic fries. I've done. No, I think that's pretty much it. Actually, I've done Tony's Pizza.
So of all the stuff at AT&T Park, that's all you've had?
Yeah. I
never had a cha-cha bowl.
Never had a cha-cha bowl.
Never had a crab sandwich.
Not that I remember. No.
Never had the organic coup chicken sandwich.
No, but that sounds delicious.
The sausages at the ballpark are great. AT&T Park has a really good Sheboygan. Very good. I mean it. Adam Eaton made an impact coming back off the DL. Takes a ball.
Wow. Scott Berry having a day.
I mean, different side of the plate, different strike zone.
Oof.
That one to center. 2 down. They gave us Philly cheesesteaks last homestand to try out. In the ballpark, they have a Philly cheesesteak and a chicken cheesesteak. Both were really good. I'm just going to start your list here so you know.
I'm okay with that.
Where to go around and sample.
You always want options.
We have a lot of options in San Francisco. A lot. We have the best food in baseball. Trey Turner takes a strike. Ty Block is looking very sharp here in the 5th inning. 6-4 Nats. Giants were down 5-0 in this game.
He's still searching on the release point on this curveball. He's leaving him up a little bit.
And that one was up. He got the swing, but probably not exactly the way he wants to throw it.
Yeah. The Nats mound's a little bit flatter than most mounds. Definitely flatter than AT&T, so it's just you start landing a little bit earlier, you end up casting it out there.
To right field, McCutchen moving back quickly to catch it, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. Here's an inspiration for you, Javi.
Oh, look at that. Oh man, that looks like an Amici's.
When you get home, we're trying it.
Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Giants home screen icons and features such as MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today.
6th inning, 6-4 Nats leading the Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Third pitcher of the day for the Nationals, the left-hander Sammy Solis. 32 appearances. He's been used a lot. 22 innings, often just for a hitter or two at a time. 3.68 earned run average. He'll face Joe Panik to start the 6th.
He's got a big fastball, usually low to mid 90s on the fastball. Four-seamer primarily, big curveball off of that. The occasional change to a right-hander.
Ball 1 to Joe Panik. To right field, Eaton for out number 1. Here's Gorkys Hernandez. Stayed out of a double play with his speed. Scored a run in the 4th inning in his first at bat of the game. He came on in a double switch when Derek Rodriguez, the starter, left the game. People are sending me suggestions, by the way. They heard us talking about food. I think they're shocked that you have sampled so little of the food in
it doesn't work its way down to the locker room. So that's really what it comes down to. I don't live in the Bay Area, so I'm never going to a game. And if I'm broadcasting, I'm usually on the road or I'm doing studio work. So we're in studio. So it just never. I'm definitely not opposed.
No, we're going to work on this.
I mean, I'll crush food.
We're going to change this. We're open to suggestions for the things that Javi should try first. Foul tip, strike 2. I think maybe it could be a cool feature going forward, say up on the video board or something like that, where Giants players sample the food around the ballpark since they never get to have any of it.
It's true.
Thumbs up. Well, you maybe not want a ton of thumbs down, but you have a little eating contest or whatever. 1-2. Strike 3 called. That's the spot where the strike zone's been big.
That's a good change up there. Pitcher's pitch. Corky's couldn't do anything with that one. See it again right there. Just well executed right on the corner. At least that one does catch the strike zone. So Scott Berry gets a pass.
Ryan Madsen, veteran right-hander, is the guy warming up behind Solis in the bullpen. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the order, Alan Hansen, who is 1 for 3. That one hit was a big one. That part of the Giants rally. 94 miles an hour.
He's always had a good big arm for sure.
Offensive numbers are eye-popping for Hansen, who is giving Brandon Crawford a day off today at shortstop. 0-2. Bruce Bochy telling us before the game that basically every Giants player, unless something else happens, is going to get at least one of these 3 games off. So he's going to use this weekend to cycle through some rest days for his everyday players. Probably means that Andrew McCutchen will take a rare day off tomorrow for one. 0-2.
Hansen doing what he does best. Just battling.
He is a battler, isn't he?
Yeah, it's the one thing I've been impressed with tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, with the Giants is the amount of 2-out hits they've been able to put together. Get something going.
2-out hits, 2 strike hits. You got Posey on deck. Hansen foul tipped it, held on by the catcher. Not this time for Alan Hansen. Again, we're open to suggestions. We showed you the pizza. You like wings, Javi?
I love hot wings. Why not?
On this side,
At the Warriors Championship Parade, and we now know it's going to happen on Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. on NBC Sports Bay Area is when the coverage will start. The Warriors celebrating back-to-back championships. You can watch the parade anywhere. Stream live on the NBC Sports app. The parade, if you're at work, just put it on the app. And watch the Warriors celebrate on Tuesday back in the Bay Area. Sorry that we'll miss it. The Capitals are going to have their championship parade also on Tuesday. It's Pride Parade weekend here in D.C. I think most of that is tomorrow. So even though the Caps clinched a few days ago, can't have two big parades in the same city on the same day. So they'll wait till Tuesday to do theirs. Harper against Ty Block here. Harper, who launched a booming home run against Block in the 4th inning. That's a fastball for a strike, 3-1. Do you have any parade memories? You were in 3 of them.
Yeah, it was. I think the funniest one is probably the last one. Just the fact that it was my kids were in the parade float, real young at the time, and Halloween, so we had candy, and they were throwing it to the crowd, but they don't know how to throw, so they are just pelting people sometimes, like drilling them back of the head. I don't even know what's happening. That was a good time. That one was fun.
Kids and the families being a part of the parade.
Just firing candy
makes it even better.
Yeah.
From 3-0 to 3-2, Harper needed a moment to gather himself. Three-two pitch. He strikes out swinging. Nice job by Ty Block.
Backup slider. Supposed to be down and away, ends up going up and in. Hey, take it.
Sometimes a slider that doesn't slide.
Change up, take it back, change up, but left on left change up. He likes to throw that pitch.
You notice the grip.
Made the correction. It's my fault. Sorry, Ty.
He's going to write up a report after this game on how many of his pitches you missed.
I'm sure he will.
Ball 1 to Rendon. He's had a nice afternoon. Has scored a couple runs, or scored one, knocked in a couple runs. 2-0 to Anthony Rendon. It was 5-0 Nats. It's 6-4 Nationals. There's still a long way to go. Rendon off the end of the bat. Borges makes the call. 2 down.
Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1.
Here's Matt Adams. Saw him for a bunch of years with the Cardinals, now at the Nationals. I don't think they expected him to be as big a part of the team as he is, but he's been very productive. Top 10 in the National League in home runs. Takes a strike from Block.
With limited at bats, relatively speaking.
Zimmerman, terrible cold stretch at the start of the year and now banged up, but the Reynolds Adams platoon has been great. Two-run double in this game against Derek Rodriguez. Little broken bat. Squibber with the shift on. It's Longoria playing shortstop for out number 3. Well, I think we solved some problems in these 3 innings.
Did we?
John's going to come back and create some.
Okay.
6-4 Nats.
athlete made a difference in the community through sports? Nominate a student athlete you know at NBCSports.com/fairplay, and they can be featured on TV. NBCSports.com/fairplay. 6'4" Nats here in the nation's capital. And when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. And now, to take you the rest of the way and tell you all about it, is John Miller.
And what about these problems I'm supposed to help create?
Yeah, I don't know where. He's taking a shot at you, I think.
Ryan Madsen in from the Nationals bullpen, the veteran right-hander, a former closer. It's a little bit of a different game when a team's leading and goes to its bullpen. And they bring all their top guys in. Buster Posey leads off against Madsen. And bounces a foul off to the left. Madsen is in his 24th game. It has not all been smooth sailing for him so far this year. He's pitched 20 and 2/3 innings, allowed 21 hits, and has a 3.92 earned run average. That ball is hit well. Deep right center field. Eaton back, and he tracks it down. Nice play. The Buster is 0 for 2 with a couple of walks.
Very nice play. Nice jump by Adam. Get back on that ball. See it here. Playing it over his shoulder. Tracks it in. Makes a nice play. And then just decides to go ahead and back up almost all the way to the wall just for show. Style points.
Andrew McCutcheon now, who has singled on the infield, struck out. And now he's got another base hit here. Hit a sacrifice fly his last time, which is the last time the Giants offense really spoke. He knocked in a run that made it a one-run game. The fourth Giants run. It's 6-4 now. He's the first Giant to reach base since Buster's walk in the fourth inning loaded the bases.
Now you have a chance to strike. The bloop and the blast. You're within reach here.
And the first two hitters of this inning have hit the ball solidly. Buster gave one a pretty long ride and hit very hard. Cutchin, just a kind of a looping liner over the middle. Longoria, base hit to left. Cutchin will stop at second. So things are happening quickly here. The Giants with 2 men on and 1 man out, and Nick Hundley coming up.
Well, Madsen just trying to get ahead in the count. Runner on. Fastball leaks back over the middle, but just a great swing. Just like that, the Giants are in attack mode with their power coming up.
Madsen, who just came off the disabled list 10 days ago. He was in a hot streak before that. That's off the inside and off the glove of Kieboom, the catcher. But right now he's looking kind of vulnerable. The Giants are very aggressively swinging the bat against him. Longoria's single, 104 miles an hour off his bat, and very solidly hit. He's only thrown 5 pitches, and 3 of them were hit hard.
Kieboom's talking to him, making sure. Looks like there was a mix-up in signs. He didn't catch that fastball. Madsen's got 4-pitch mix. And that mid-90s velocity with some sink. Big, tall guy. Tries to create a lot of angle with that, with the fastball. And he's looking for a double play ball. Hundley's trying to lift it.
Down the right field line, base hit, and that will roll through to the wall. Coming around third, McCutcheon, he's going to score. Coming around third is Longoria, and now he's given the stop side by Ron Wotus. A double for Hundley and his 4th RBI of the game, and the Giants have once again crept to within 1. 3 straight hits in the inning against Madsen.
Great piece of hitting. Hit it where it's pitched, drives it down the line. Eaton trying to cut it off, unable to do that. And the hustle around the bases, Longoria Going all the way. Wotis with a great read here, saying, come on, come on. Working all the way down the line. Telling him to slam on the brakes. Nice piece of hitting. Second and third. One out.
So now Mac Williamson, and he could knock in the tying run even without getting a hit. The middle infielders are back in normal depth. Ground ball to one of them could do it, and fly ball could do it. And that is a first pitch called strike. Also, a base hit could put the Giants ahead.
Max just trying to find that stroke. He's trying to get in a good rhythm.
Pops it foul and out of play. Williamson's average has fallen down to 267 now. In this game, he's grounded a short, walked, and struck out. The Giants bullpen is busy. Got a couple of right-handers up out there. There's Guerin in the background, and Dyson in the foreground. The infield is backed up all the way around. And he struck it out. Now that's what could not happen, but Matson was trying to strike him out, and he did.
Yeah, you're trying to get a productive out. Gets him to chase the fastball up in the zone. Sees fastball ready to go, but that ball's by him by the time he's committed to that swing.
Now Brandon Crawford is going to pinch hit for Ty Blach. Now it'll take a hit to get anybody else home. No ground balls or fly balls will do it here. A hit or a Washington mistake.
And the Giants have done well with 2-out hits today. Obviously the biggest one, Hundley, with the 3 RBIs with the 2 outs on that home run.
Ball 1 to Crawford. Crawford hitting .327 for the year. He had 2 more hits last night, 2 doubles with an RBI. Never particularly strong as a pinch hitter, but 1 hit in 2 pinch hit at bats so far this year. 1 changed up on him. Since May the 5th, he's hitting .600 with 2 down and runners in scoring position. Of course, since early May, his whole offensive game has been lights out. Hitting well over .400 in all situations in that time. 2-1 the count. Crawford facing Matson. Only had 3 plate appearances against him in his career. As you see, the bright sun is shining, filling the ballpark with sunshine here. Longoria, the possible tying run at third. Hundley, the possible go-ahead run at second. 2-1 the count, 2 down. Foul tip. Using the slow stuff.
The changeup's always been the great equalizer for Matson. The velocity's something you always got to protect against, but that changeup has always been nasty. He used it there. Now 2-strike protect mode to a very hot hitter. If he can get one into right center.
Here it comes. And he struck him out. Came back at 97 miles an hour after those off-speed pitches. The Giants down by a run.
by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. By Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by Cresco. Your #1 choice for tool and equipment rental with 19 stores to serve you in Northern California.
From Washington, D.C., the Giants trailing the Nationals 6-5 as we head to the last of the 7th inning. And a pitching change for the Giants. Corey Guerin in for the bullpen when it's time for a change. Think Speedy, oil change at Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
Corey Guerin coming off for the 28th time. He's had a little bit of a rough patch, trying to get back into a good rhythm.
Soto leads off against him, and it's called strike one.
It's a real good first pitch, change up. But when he's right, he's sinking it and striking you out. Good pitcher.
Giants down by a run. Guerin trying to hold the line here. Facing the phenom, the rookie Juan Soto, who has impressed greatly, who today has walked, grounded out to first, and walked again. Ty Block gave the Giants 3 1/3 innings out of the bullpen, gave them some much needed innings, gave up just the 1 run on the home run by Harper. And that is a ball. And when he got into the game, the Giants, who had been trailing 5-0, had just made it 5-3 on the Huntley homer in the 3rd. Now it is 6-5. Washington still ahead, but just by the run. Caught by Buster Posey. One away. Now Wilmer Defoe will come up, and you see Collins, the left-hander, up in the Nats bullpen. The Giants have Joe Paddock, a left-handed hitter, scheduled to lead off in the 8th. Giants had Matson on the ropes, but Matson needed a strikeout a couple of times after they had runners at 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, and he struck out both Williamson and Crawford.
Nasty first pitch sinker. Corey doing a great job right now, working at the bottom part of the zone. If he's missing down. That's what you want to see out of the side armor.
And the changeup down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's been using that changeup a little more often here lately.
And yeah, everyone knows what you're throwing at this point. There's the advanced scouts. Everything's been done. You know what's coming, but you can still command a certain part of the zone. And as a side armor, that's what you want to do, especially with his velocity and his stuff. When he's down in the zone, it's got late life and good action.
1-2.
Doubled up. Nice job with the changeup again. Now he's got a chance to go chase. He can throw the sinker, slow him down to speed him up, or he can go with a little back foot breaking ball or triple up on that changeup. It gives you options now.
1-2. And another one. Bounce foul. Stays alive. The Nationals, by the way, we mentioned Collins, a left-hander, up, and now he's been joined in the bullpen. Is that a mister on a hot, humid day in Washington? He must have imported that from Scottsdale. 1-2. And that's a base hit to right. Right-hander Kinsler has joined the left-hander Collins in the Nationals bullpen.
That's just a good piece of hitting by Defoe. Good sequence by Corey. Gets ball inside. Perfect location for him. I mean, maybe up just a hair, but that's just a better piece of hitting by Defoe. But still, ground ball double play in order.
So here is Keeboom, who has singled and scored a run. He started that 4-run 2nd inning rally with a single. He's walked and flied out since then. Defoe back to the bag at first. Defoe has 2 steals in 4 tries for the year. Each team with 9 hits. The Nationals lead the game 6-5 in the last of the 7th. sun trying to break through the overcast. Once again. One ball, no strikes. A slider missing. There's number 21. That's Kinsler in the foreground with number 55, the left-hander. Collins in the background. Sean Doolittle, former Oakland left-hander, is the closer here, and he has been sensational closing games for the Nats. That's a called strike. It's a tough way to win a game if you're depending on coming from behind against Doolittle.
He has been throwing the ball very, very well. His bullpen was searching for a closer. They made the move for him last year, brought him over. He's assumed that role. Got Madsen, a lot of guys with some back-end experience.
They kind of put their bullpen together for the stretch run on the fly. They got Madsen and Doolittle, both from Oakland in one trade. And they got Kinsler, who'd been closing for Milwaukee in another trade. One ball, one strike to Keyboom.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to have that one. You got to have that one. Late in the ball game, running out of outs. Look at this fastball. Splits the plate. It's unfortunate.
Scott Berry's strike zone has been a mystery. There goes the runner. Base hit down the left field line. And that might score the runner. Defoe will keep on going, and he will score all the way from first. A double for Keyboom. And a huge run makes it 7-5 Nationals.
Look, he's got to get back into the count. Guerin sinks it down and in. Nice piece of hitting by Keyboom. Keep his hands inside that ball on the inside corner, pulls it down the line. I hate to harp on the umpire, but should have been a 0-2 count.
Keyboom with his first extra base hit in the big leagues this year. And Kurt Smith out to the mound to talk to Corey Guerin with a pinch hitter coming up now for the Nationals. It's going to be Brian Goodwin, a left-handed hitter. And he may have come out with a little bit of a scouting report. With all the injuries they had in their outfield last year, Goodwin at one point started playing a lot, and he hit well. This year, he was one of the guys who got hurt. 7-5 Washington. And there is ball one. Goodwin so far this year has missed most of the season with an injury. Has had only 34 at bats and a 176 average. One home run. Keyboom at second. Keyboom's having his best game.
He really is.
He'd had only 3 hits this year. In 21 at bats, he's had a 2-hit game and a walk.
He drew a walk, yeah. Nasty slider.
Yeah, Goody, all right.
Take a look at the slider. Great bite to it. Committed to the swing. And that's when Guerin's good. It's when he's down. When he's down in the zone, the ball's just got late life. Good sinking action. Nice try there.
Two at two the count to Goodwin. Adam Eaton, the leadoff man, is on deck. A lot of action in this game. 7-5. The Nationals lead the Giants in the 7th. They'll hold the runner. Hanson just gets him at first. Goodwin, a fast runner. So 2 down. Adam Eaton, his first game back for the disabled list. He's been hurt most of the time since the Nationals acquired him to be their leadoff guy. He was the solution to their leadoff problems, but he's been hurt.
Right, even this year, I think he had 8 hits in that Cincinnati series to open everything up. He had a 5-hit game, I think, and next thing you know, he's on the DL.
He was hitting .345, played only 8 games, and then had to hit the DL. But immediately, he got on base a couple of times today and scored both times. And they like their lineup so much better when he's in it. 0-1 the count. Today, he hit by a pitch in the first and scored a run. Singled and scored in the second. Since then, has grounded the second and flied out to shallow center. Those last 2 at bats, the times he was retired against Ty Block, the left-hander. 1-1 the count. 7 runs, 10 hits for the Nationals. The Giants with 5 runs, 9 hits. Keyboom, the runner at second. 2 down in the inning. There is Williamson. Hit hard. The inning is over. On to the 8th. Giants down by 2. Panic, Hernandez and Hansen due up. And with the Nationals 7 runs, 10 hits, the Giants 5 runs, 9 hits. The Giants have been trailing since the first inning of this game. Derek Rodriguez, an early exit. And Nick Huntley, a 3-run homer, plus an RBI double. He's knocked in 4 of the Giants' 5 runs. Gio Gonzalez, also an early exit for the Nationals. Bryce Harper, a home run for the Nats. His National League leading 19th this year. We head to the 8th inning, and Javier Lopez, it's Tim Collins, the left-hander, and with Joe Panic, the left-handed hitter, coming up.
It is, and he's back in it. The last night he threw and threw the ball well. Had a solid inning of work. He's just getting into it and coming in for his 8th game. You got to imagine he's just going to be facing, given a chance to get through the inning. We'll see if he ends up facing Hansen or not.
I'm guessing he will, just to make him hit right-handed.
Yeah.
But that's the way he's done it in the series so far anyway. Dave Martinez, the Washington manager this year. Panic has singled, walked, and flied out. And that's handled by Matt Adams, 1 away. Now the right-handed hitter, Gorkis Hernandez. A good one, by the way. Stays in the game after pinch hitting for the pitcher in center field, and Bryce Harper has moved from center field to right field. Well, and here he's coming out, and he's going to move him right now. He's going to bring in the right-hander right now. Kinsler will come in to face Gorky Hernandez. Didn't even get as far as Hansen.
That didn't get that far.
7-5 Washington. There is Brandon Kinsler, the veteran right-hander. Kinsler, who worked in last night's game in the 7th inning, it did not go well for him.
Well, it did not. That third of an inning, gave up 3. And him get cashed in by Grace for one of those, I think it was. But when he's right, sinker ball, sinker ball, sinker ball. Yesterday he was not right, giving a lot of balls in the air. The Giants took advantage. You're just looking for some good quality at bats at this point. Get some traffic.
They need base runners. Gorky has hit into a forced play and struck out since he entered the game as part of a double switch in the 3rd inning. Gorky has been one of the Giants' better hitters this year. He's been a force with the bat. Last night hit another home run. Oh, that hit him. Oof. And he is in a great deal of pain. He ran up as if to bunt. And I think the umpires have already ruled that he did not bunt at it.
See him offer, pulls it back, it's square in the chest.
92-mile-an-hour sinker from Kinsler.
Square in the ribs, square in the chest. Giants cannot afford any more injuries. Especially a guy like this who's really been playing some great baseball as of late.
Anthony Reyes, the trainer, out there with him, and Bruce Bochy, the manager. He's on his feet. Man, that was amazing how far off the plate that pitch was. Austin Jackson, the Giants' other center fielder, is already out of the game. Jackson left when Hernandez came in.
Oh, man. no matter how many times you look at it, it's not looking any better. That's going to leave a mark. Now you're just hoping Hansen hammers one over the fence so you can just trot around the bases. No sliding, no nothing. Just.
And Hansen will bat from his strong side. Batting left-handed. He's hitting .383 so far this year. All of his home runs, all 5 of them, his triple, and 5 of his 6 doubles have all been hit as a left-handed hitter. Last night, he had a single to knock in a run and a triple batting left-handed. Ball 1. And the Nationals bullpen is busy once again. It's the closer, Sean Doolittle, getting ready in a hurry out there. A left-hander. In the air, shallow right center. And Harper. Harper, who moved over to right field with Goodwin after pinch hitting for the pitcher in the 7th, staying in to play center field. Eaton out of the game. And the pitcher's spot now is in the leadoff spot. A double switch there. So 2 down. Here's Buster Posey. Buster is 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Workers dive safely back to the bag.
Just picking on the guy. You hit him in the chest and now you pick over a few times. Make him get dirty.
I mean, really,
yeah, what are you doing?
I think that's it.
That's it.
On 1. Buster 2 hits in 5 career at bats against Kinsler, so he hadn't seen him a whole lot. He's had a single and a double against him in those 5 previous at bats. Buster hitting .297 for the year. And been hitting with a little more power here the last week or so. A couple of home runs on the homestand, or 1 in Denver and 1 on the homestand. That one in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. McCutchen out on deck. Giants down by 2. 2 down in the 8th inning. As you can tell, the sun has gone away once again. Hit well toward the right field corner. Harper back. Can't get there. Up against the wall. Rookies Hernandez racing around third, and he'll go back as Harper fires all the way through to the plate from the right field corner on 1 bounce.
Races back, plays the Karen perfectly, throws it basically from the track. Showed off the arm yesterday. It's nothing new. Everybody knows he's got a good arm, but very accurate right there. Wotus, I'm surprised you couldn't see him in that picture. He was all the way down the line telling the Gorkies to go back, hold up.
Meanwhile, the trainer,
Paul Lassard,
is out.
Well, you mentioned it. Doolittle was getting hot quickly. Something's going on, I guess. And Kinsler's out. Paul Lassard, veteran trainer.
The Giants have the possible tying runs in scoring position with Andrew McCutchen coming up. And 2 down. And the closer, Doolittle, comes in right now. We'll be back. Dave right now here in the 8th inning. There he is, Sean Doolittle, formerly with the Oakland Athletics, and his numbers are excellent.
They really are, coming off for the 27th time. This big strikeout numbers, 39 and 27 innings, just 13 hits allowed. What he's really done this year is really commanded the top of the zone. You're gonna get a lot of fastballs, mid to upper velocity in the 90s. But he's just basically going to challenge you. He's going to challenge you to be able to get on top of the fastball and drive it into the gap. He gets a lot of pop flies.
So Doolittle against McCutchen. McCutchen's only faced him one time in his career and got a base hit against him. A base hit here could tie the game. Called a strike. Up and right on the corner on the outside.
That's where he's going to live. He's going to live up in the zone.
McCutchen's had 2 hits and a sacrifice fly, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Off the outside. 1-1, and it's just fastball, fastball, fastball.
That's all it's going to be. He's going to challenge you. He's got some deception with it. He's got some carry with that fastball through the zone. It's got some good ride on it, and it's just ability of getting on top of it and barreling it up.
Just as we're talking about all those fastballs, there's an off-speed pitch. So he's got 2 strikes now on McCutchen. Hernandez at third, and Buster Posey, the possible tying run at second. The outfield is backed up all the way around. You do have some pretty good arms out there, though. I just saw Bryce Harper's arm from the right field corner. 1-2. Popped up. Matt Adams. And the inning is over. Last of the 8th, Turner, and then Bryce Harper coming up. Tomorrow, a 1 o'clock TV time, and then an hour-long pregame live starting at noon on NBC Sports Bay Area. Also streaming live on the NBC Sports app. Don't miss anything about the Giants this season. Follow the Giants on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and NBCSportsBayArea.com. Reyes Moronta in for the Giants bullpen in the 8th inning with Turner, Harper, and then Rendon coming up. The 2, 3, 4 spots in the Washington lineup. The Nationals ahead 7-5, and the slider way outside. Ball 1. Guerin went 1 inning, charged with a run and 2 hits while he was in there. Moronta also worked last night in the 5th inning and was a key performer for the Giants holding that lead.
Yeah, 2 big outs. He came in. Nationals started regaining a little bit of momentum, getting a couple things going, some ground ball base hits, and he's able to come in and get 2 outs, get the Giants back in the dugout, and put on a couple more after that.
Popped up, Longoria. That ball was up there for a while. 1 away. And here comes Bryce Harper. Last night there were 2 men on with only 1 man out in the 5th inning. The Nationals had just closed the gap to 6-4. Giants had a 5-run lead at one point. And he had to face Rendon and then Mark Reynolds, 2 tough hitters, and he got them both with no further damage being done. So here's Harper. He launched a home run in the 4th inning and has had 2 hits in the game. Plus, I think there are a lot of right fielders against which Gorky Hernandez would have scored a run in the first half of this inning.
I definitely agree, and you can't fault Wotus for trying to do that. Hold them up. You don't want to jam anybody in. You're trying to play for the big inning. You're down 2. You have your runners in scoring position.
McCutcheon's been swinging the bat really well lately, especially. And Harper fired it all the way through on 1 bounce to the catcher. That's in there for a strike. 2-1 now. A slider. 37,701, the paid crowd on a toasty kind of a day here in Washington. 84 degrees at game time and very humid in the 70% to 75% humidity. 2-2 now.
Look at Ty Block. If he could bring 1 pitch back, that would be it. The curveball, he just didn't have the same feel for the curveball that he had with the changeup going today. And he blasted it, leading the National League in homers. Put a good swing on it.
That ball was hit hard, and Hansen caught it. He held it up to the second base umpire, Nauert, who gave no signal. So then he was going to throw to first, and then finally Nauert said, oh, you caught it. So 2 down, yeah, 2 down.
Take another look at a hot shot. That ball was smoked. Harper doesn't even drop the bat, and he started to turn into the dugout anyway. So I'm not even sure how you would call that. But you're right, no signal. He's just staring. He's like, yeah, oh, there, okay, you caught it.
Rendon with a foul out of play off to the right. The Giants looking ahead to their 9th inning. Last shot, Longoria, Hundley, and Williamson, 3 right-handed hitters in a row, will be due up against the left-hander Doolittle. The pitcher's spot will be due up 4th in the inning. They still have Hunter Pence on the bench. Back to the backstop, strike 2. Dodgers play home tonight against Atlanta. They beat the Braves last night at Dodger Stadium, 7-3. Arizona will be in Colorado again tonight. And that's a ball. 1-2. The D-backs beat the Rockies last night in Denver. And Paul Goldschmidt actually hitting against somebody other than the Giants.
Yes,
had a double and 2 home runs at Coors Field last evening. That is foul right past third base coach Bob Henley. 1-2. Up the road in Philadelphia, which is what, 100 miles from here, 90 miles?
Yeah, 90.
The Phillies are trailing the Brewers 6-3 in the last of the 6th inning. And out in Chicago, the Cubs have a 2-0 lead over the Pirates in the last of the 3rd at Wrigley Field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a foul ball. The other team in this area, the Baltimore Orioles, it's about 40 miles, maybe, if that, from this ballpark to Camden Yards in Baltimore. And the Orioles are out of town, though, as is usually the case. It's like Oakland and the Giants. If one's home, the other's on the road generally. The Orioles are playing in Toronto. 2-2 the count to Rendon. Rendon has had an RBI single. He's had an RBI on a force out. He's walked and flied out. 1 for 3 overall officially.
Yeah, the Orioles are going to be the subject of a lot of trade talk coming next month or so. Manny Machado, what they're going to do with him.
The Orioles, 19 wins and 43 losses. Rendon is down on strike. That ball actually tipped off his bat into the glove of Hundley. Strong inning from Toronto. Last chance for the Giants. Longoria, Hundley, Williamson coming up. Evan Longoria leads off for the Giants against Doolittle. And a called strike. Longoria. These are 2 American leaguers, but of course they were in different divisions, so he's only seen a little bit of Doolittle over the years. Only 3 at bats, and he's 0 for 3. He's had a 2-hit game, and they've made hard contact 3 times. And that's too high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Longoria singled just ahead of Hundley's 3-run homer in the 3rd. And he singled just ahead of Hundley's RBI double in the 7th. Rendon, 1 away. Max Scherzer, the ace, and once again he's been the best pitcher in the league so far this year. 10-1. He's got a 1.95 ERA, leading the league in strikeouts, leading the league in innings pitched, in wins. Name an important category, and I'm sure he's either the leader or among the leaders in it. The Giants will see him tomorrow. He has beaten the Giants already once this year in San Francisco. Hundley, and there is Turner. 2 down. Hundley 2 for 5 in this game now with 4 RBIs. And that leaves it to Mac Williamson. The Giants actually did fairly well against Scherzer as those things go. Scherzer went 6 innings and gave up 2 runs and 5 hits to the Giants. And they saw him in San Francisco back on April 25th. Strike 1 called.
Scott Berry just.
Nobody knows what a strike is with Berry today.
Definitely over the white with the left-handed pitcher.
That was definitely a strike. 2 down, 2 strikes. Williamson is 0 for 3 with a walk today. And very high, and he laid off. Doolittle looking for his 16th save of the year. He's had 39 strikeouts this year in 28 innings. Base hit to right. The Giants not only are still alive, but that brings the possible tying run to the plate. It's going to be Hunter Pence, the pinch hitter for Moronta. Pence got a start here last night and had a long double to knock in a run. He also had an RBI single. Hit the ball really well last night.
He too is trying to take the Mac Williamson approach with his hand set. Big leg kick. He says he's really seeing the ball well. The timing's off every once in a while, but he said visually he's picking up the ball out of the hand a lot easier.
Mighty cut, foul back. Pence has not hit a home run this year. He's only had 67 at bats. In his career, he's had 1 pinch hit home run. He's done fairly well as a pinch hitter.
Well, this would be as good a time as any. Get extended and circle the pillows.
Strike 2. And once again, the Giants are down to their final strike. Everybody's standing at Nationals Park. 2 out in the 9th. Very high. The outfield is backed up all the way around and straight away for Pence. And that does it. With only strikeout for Doolittle in this one. And the Giants beaten in game 2 to set up the rubber match here tomorrow with Max Scherzer on the mound for the Nationals. 7-5 the Nationals over the Giants here in game 2.
Yeah, and you would have taken, if you're going to tell me that you're going to get Gio out after just 3 1/3, what might happen, that you're going to end up losing the game. That you would not expect that. They really had him on the ropes and pitched well, but Derek Rodriguez just couldn't get off to a good start. He was struggling early, and the Giants battled, but ultimately just ran out of outs.
7-5 the final. The Nationals over the Giants. Thanks for joining us, and please stay tuned for Giants Post Game Live presented by Toyota, starting right now.